From pretty much the present, this is your host, Adam Graham, welcoming you to a week of old-time radio detective podcast from 2013. Because these podcast episodes are quite old, offers and information contained in them are not valid unless they are reflected on our website at greatdetectives.net. Now enjoy a week of podcasts from our archives at the Great Detectives of Old Time Radio. Welcome to the Great Detectives of Old Time Radio from Boise, Idaho. This is your host, Adam Graham. If you have a comment, email it to me. Box13 at greatdetectives.net. Follow us on Twitter at Radio Detectives and become one of our friends on Facebook. Facebook.com/Radio Detectives. Well, before we do get started, I want to let you know that today's program is brought to you by the financial support of our listeners. Thanks so much for your support. And I especially want to thank James, and I'll be sending along access to our premium site, which we do with all donations of $7 or more. Also, before we get into today's program, I want to let you know about something we're going to be doing with our listener support campaign this year. During this year's listener support campaign, we're going to have 3 Sunday specials where I will replay an episode we've previously played. So if you would like to nominate an episode, and I'm really wanting to do this from your request, email me at box13 at greatdetectives.net and put in the subject line, "Play It Again, Adam." And this can be a show that you really enjoyed, particularly one you think a listener to the program who's kind of new and may not have heard it might like. Just include "Play It Again, Adam." I'm most interested in requests for specific episodes. I'll also consider requests for series we played. Now, these are things we've previously played. So if you have a preference, let me know. All right, well, let's go ahead and get into today's episode. As we begin a new Johnny Dollar serial, The Caylin Matter.
From Hollywood, it's time now for Johnny Dollar.
Walt Albright, Johnny, Trinity Mutual Limited.
Oh, hiya, Walt. How's your health?
Terrible, since you ask. I got asthma, Johnny.
Again? I thought we agreed
Yeah,
that...
I know. I get suspicious. I get asthma. Happens every time. Cure me, will you?
What's the case, Walt?
Man named Eddie Caylin, Caylin, out in Los Angeles, died yesterday. $5,000 policy, double indemnity.
What did he die of?
Mysterious circumstances.
Well, that's usually a fatal disease, all right,
That's it, Johnny. That's all I know. Mysterious circumstances. The body was identified by the widow.
I see.
Our salesman out there can probably help you. He issued the policy only 6 weeks ago, at the request of the widow.
Uh-huh.
6 weeks, 1 premium paid, check signed by the widow.
Hey, tell me something. Would the beneficiary happen to be...
That's right, the widow. Oh, this asthma's killing me, Johnny. You gotta do something about it.
All right, Walt. Just call me doctor.
Tonight and every weekday night, Bob Bailey in the transcribed adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account, America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to the Home Office, Trinity Mutual Insurance Company Limited, Hartford, Connecticut. The following is an accounting of expenditures during my investigation of the Caylin matter. Item 1, $198.20, airline fare and incidentals, Hartford to Los Angeles. I hadn't arranged for anybody to meet me when I arrived at L.A., so I picked up my bags and headed for the taxi stand.
Mr. Dollar, please. Wait a second.
He was a small man, nervous and fluttery, with a shiny pink nose and a face like a little white rabbit.
I was watching for you out on the ramp, but somehow you must have slipped by. You are Mr. Dollar, aren't you?
Yes, I'm Johnny Dollar, but I don't think I...
Welch. Presley Welch. I'm the...
Oh, yes, you're the district salesman here for Trinity Mutual.
That's right.
Well, how are you, Mr. Welch?
I'm out of breath at the moment. From running, you understand. You see, I'm troubled occasionally by asthma.
You too?
Oh, do you have asthma, Mr. Dollar?
No, it's a friend of mine in Hartford.
Oh, Oh, well, you don't say.
Yes, in fact, I came out here just to cure it for him.
Out here? Oh, this is the worst place you could have come. Oh, you see, the smog here is so... Oh, no, I do believe you're joshing.
I guess I am at that. Come on, let's add to my expense account with a cup of coffee.
Oh, do you really think we should?
Oh, why not? Let's be daring.
All right, let's. I always say if the company can't afford to come along...
If Presley Welch sold insurance the way he answered questions, it was amazing that he hadn't starved to death years ago. He skidded around the field, flip-flopped overhead, and buzzed the tower, all verbally, of course, and for 15 minutes he didn't touch a wheel to the ground. But when he did finally land, he came in with a swoop.
I do hope you'll accept my apologies, Mr. Dollar, for causing all this trouble, because the whole thing is my fault, of course.
Oh, I don't see how. Unless you murdered Eddie Caylin.
Why, I scarcely knew him.
A perfect alibi.
Oh, no. You misunderstand.
Well, I'm just joshing.
What I meant was, I wrote the policy, and I knew better right when I did it.
Oh? What do you mean?
Well, Mr. Caylin was quite facetious about the whole procedure. When I tried to point out the retirement security factors in our multiple endowment plan, he actually laughed.
You don't say?
Yes. He said all the security he'd asked for was 2 aces up and 1 for the kicker.
Well, what about Mrs. Caylin? What was her attitude?
Well, she was quite serious about it.
Wasn't she the one who actually applied for the policy?
Well, not technically. The beneficiary can't, you know. It's against the rules.
Yeah, I know, but didn't she...
Well, she was the one, yes, that called me and asked me to come out and talk to her husband, and he finally signed the application, but he seemed to regard it as a joke. He only did it as a favor to her, something of that sort.
And now it's turned out to be a $10,000 favor. What kind of a woman is she, Mr. Welch?
Well, she's quiet, well-mannered, quite charming, I thought. I must confess I felt a good deal of sympathy for her, in view of her husband's incessant flippancies.
A real happy fellow, huh?
Oh, positively frivolous, Mr. Dollar. And I should have been warned by his attitude. You know, insurance is a serious business.
Oh, sure. But Eddie Caylin didn't laugh himself to death.
Oh, my. Oh, he died in a fire when his automobile caught fire. Laugh. Oh, I see what you mean.
Say, tell me, how well did you get to know the Caylins, Mr. Welch?
Oh, hardly at all. I saw Mr. Caylin twice, once at his apartment the evening I sold him the policy, and then 2 weeks later at my office when he came in to sign the paper.
And Mrs. Caylin?
Only once, that evening at their apartment. She phoned me earlier in the week.
And you haven't seen her since her husband's death, huh?
No. I phoned to express my sympathy, but she wasn't available.
She hasn't filed a claim yet.
No, but I knew she would, so I took it on myself to notify Hartford. I just can't help feeling guilty about this, you know.
Yes, so you mentioned.
Not that I really am, of course, but, well, you understand. It's
Oh, sure, I understand. Well, I'll keep in touch. Watch out for comedians, Mr. Welch.
Watch out for who? Oh, comedian, watch out.
Expense account item 3, $6.35. Taxi fare to the Beverly Wilshire Hotel, and a second taxi to the West Los Angeles Precinct Police Station. The case wasn't being handled by any of the usual departments, Bureau of Homicide, Missing Persons, and so on. The man in charge was Detective Sergeant Jose Reynosa, unattached, working out of the Central District on special assignment.
Pull up a chair, Mr. Dollar.
When I talked with him in his office, Reynosa told me the reason for it.
Yeah, it's a funny deal, Mr. Dollar. The facts in the case could point a lot of different ways. But the way it stands right now, they just don't add up in any direction. At least not quite.
Do you mind filling me in on some of those facts, Sergeant?
I'll be glad to. Last Thursday morning at 4:20 a.m., we got a call relayed through the fire department to investigate a burned automobile out on the Palos Verdes headland, up in the hills above the harbor. The car was lying in the bottom of a ravine below the road, and it was a total loss. Apparently, the gas tank had burst and flooded the whole interior.
Oh, what do you mean, apparently?
Well, the upholstery may have been deliberately soaked with gas. The arson squad isn't sure.
I see.
That's why this case doesn't quite fit into any niche, Mr. Dollar. It might be homicide, might be arson, missing person, or only an accident. We're not sure yet. Anyway, there was a body in the driver's seat, burned to a cinder, unrecognizable. But we did recover a few personal effects. A signet ring, keychain, wristwatch with the strap burned off, a wallet badly scorched.
I noticed the keychain has a metal tag with the address stamped on it.
Yeah, that and a part of the driver's license were the only leads. Eddie Caylin, Argus Terrace Apartments up on Sunnyway Drive above the Strip. So we went up there and we ran into a second surprise.
What do you mean?
Nobody home. We attained access, found the place in a mess. There'd apparently been a fight, a chair and a couple of lamps were broken, and there were bloodstains in the living room.
What about Mrs. Caylin?
Located her the next afternoon. She'd been spending a few days at a friend's cabin up at Arrowhead.
Does the friend confirm it?
She was there alone, had her own car. Yeah, she might have come back to town that night, but we got nothing to prove it.
Or disprove it.
Right. Just another one of those maybes. That's all this case is, a collection of maybes.
Yeah, I see what you mean. Tell me, Sergeant, just who was Eddie Caylin?
Eddie Caylin, male, Caucasian, height 5'11", weight 175, complexion olive, hair medium brown, eyes gray, age 34, birthplace Chicago.
What was he? What did he do?
He called himself a promoter. Done a lot of things. Small-time agent for a while, handled a few singers and dancers, vaudeville and nightclubs. Been a bookie off and on, but mainly he was a gambler. Oh, and there's another maybe for you.
Now, how's that?
According to rumor, Eddie was in an all-day poker game. It broke up only a few hours before we found the car. The game was supposedly run by a big-time gambler named Topo Leanley. And the word has it that Eddie cleaned up something over $60,000.
And there was no money found on the body?
Nope.
Have you talked to this, Topo?
Sternly. We had him in here for 4 hours this morning. He never heard of Eddie Caylin. Wouldn't know a poker deck if he saw one. Spends all his spare time raising petunias and driving his dear old mother to church.
Like that, huh?
Like that. So there's another one for you. Maybe Topo didn't like the idea of losing $60,000, decided to get it back. Or maybe the widow wanted the insurance, or it could be that somebody else took a crack at him.
And it's possible, of course, that Eddie mailed the $60,000 to a blonde in Milwaukee and just ran off the road by accident.
Yeah, it's possible. But I don't think so. I don't think it was an accident. I'm always getting cases like this. It's the kind they always put me on. Officially, it's because I'm a college man and majored in criminology, but actually, it's because I'm a Latin, Mexican ancestry, and they know I get certain feelings about a case, hunches.
Oh? And how do you feel about this one?
It's hokey. Real hokey. And it's murder, not an accident. But beyond that, can't savvy. Why don't you poke into it a little, see what you can find? Then maybe we can talk it out some more over a bottle of Muscatel.
Yeah, good idea. Where can I find Mrs. Caylin?
Oh, the widow? Well, that's a good starting point. She's out at their apartment. There's the address.
Okay, thanks. Oh, just one other thing, Sergeant Reynosa. When you gained access to the apartment, I assume the door was locked.
Yeah, it took a little effort.
Oh, what kind of a lock? Automatic night latch? Spring cylinder?
No, it was an old-fashioned Warden bolt.
Had to be locked with a key.
Mm-hmm. What are you getting at, Mr. Dollar?
Oh, a hunch of my own, Sergeant. Let's save it for the Muscatel. See you later. Expense account item 4, $2. Taxi to the Caylin apartment in West Hollywood. It was shortly after dusk by now, and the lights were coming on all over the city. It was a cool, clear night. Los Angeles at its best. As we swung off the Sunset Strip and started climbing up into the hills, I looked back across the basin toward the dark mass of the Palos Verdes headland that bounded the far side of the great carpet of lights. 3 nights ago, a man had died over there in the darkness, and in a few minutes now I'd be talking to his widow, or at least to the woman who claimed to be his widow. Keep the change. The Argus Terrace apartments, like most of them in that section, sprawled up the hillside above the street. 6 or 8 apartments on as many different levels, all opening onto a central patio filled with walks, steps, and banks of tropical plantings. The Caylin's apartment was at the top, and I was still 50 feet from it when the door opened and a man came out and hurried toward me. I stepped back against the shrubbery and waited for him. Good evening, Mr. Welch.
Oh, my. Oh, it's you.
Your second visit to Mrs. Caylin?
Second? Oh, yes. Yes, it is. I imagine you've been notified, too.
Notified?
Well, yes. I got a wire from the Home Office in Hartford this evening. That's why I'm here. Well, Mrs. Caylin has filed under the double indemnity clause of the policy a claim for $10,000.
She has, huh?
She hopes it can be paid immediately and without any trouble.
Well, I don't like to dash a lady's hopes, Mr. Welch, but I've got news for the widow.
News?
The claim won't be paid immediately. And before this is over, there's going to be a lot of trouble.
Oh?
In fact, Mr. Welch, if my hunch is right, this claim is not going to be paid at all. Johnny Dollar, Mrs. Caylin. I think Mr. Welch told you I'd be around to see you.
Oh, yes. You're the special investigator the insurance company sent out.
That's right. Mind if I come in?
All right, Mr. Dollar.
Thanks.
In through here. Your company didn't waste any time, did they? Sending you out here, I mean.
No more than you did in filing your claim.
I have a right to it. With Eddie gone now, I need the money.
I see.
Sit down.
Thanks. How many keys are there to that door?
Keys? What do you mean?
Your front door. How many keys do you have?
Just one. Of course, Eddie had one. Why? What difference does it make?
Just about enough difference to hang somebody. Cigarette, Mrs. Caylin? From Special Investigator Johnny Dollar, location Los Angeles, to the Home Office, Trinity Mutual Insurance Company Limited, Hartford, Connecticut. Assignment, the Caylin matter. Expense account continued.
That's quite a dramatic statement, Mr. Dollar. Are you prepared to name that somebody who may get hanged?
Not at the moment.
Could it be that you don't have a name?
That's possible, of course.
That you're just fishing, so to speak? Bluffing?
Now, why would I do that with you?
I don't know, frankly, but you must have come here for some reason.
Yes, I wanted to ask you a few questions. And you'd be smart to answer them, under the circumstances.
What circumstances? The only one I know anything about is the tragic one of losing my husband only 3 days ago.
You have my sympathy, Mrs. Caylin.
Sergeant Reynosa questioned me for hours. There's nothing more to answer. Will you go now, please?
All right, if you say so. Your unwillingness to cooperate will undoubtedly prejudice your claim for the insurance.
That's all you care about, isn't it? Finding some excuse for not paying off the policy.
Now, wait a minute, Mrs. Caylin. I'm not crooked, and neither is the company. If a claim is legitimate, they pay it, always.
I'm sick of being under suspicion, of being accused.
I'm not accusing you of anything. All I'm after is some information. And if you refuse to give it... Good night, Mrs. Caylin.
No, wait. Wait, Mr. Dollar.
Yes?
Don't go. Come back, please. I'm sorry. I've been under such a strain, on edge. Forgive me.
That's all right. Forget it.
I didn't mean what I said, but I've answered so many questions. And to go through all of it again, well, it seems so pointless.
Yes, I understand. But I've found that people say things to me sometimes that they forget to say to the police. They're more relaxed, I guess. Don't feel they're on the spot so much.
That's true. But I thought it was just me.
No, you're not alone. I
remembered something like that after I talked to Sergeant Reynosa. He wanted to know where Eddie hung out mostly, bars and so on. I could only think of two.
What are the names of the bars, Mrs. Caylin?
The Eloines on Beverly Boulevard and the Brass Monkey Inn down on the Strip. What difference does it make? Eddie wasn't killed in a bar.
No, but he probably met people there, talked to them. You see, it's a matter now of trying to reconstruct his life, step by step, right up to the moment he died. You'd be surprised how much bartenders see and hear. And remember.
I suppose they do. All right, Mr. Dollar. I'll be glad to answer any questions you want to ask.
Good.
One thing, though. I wasn't expecting visitors, of course, and I wonder if I could have just 5 minutes to change and freshen up a little.
Oh, well, that's unnecessary. I won't be here long.
But I'd feel better, really. Do you mind?
No, of course not. Go ahead.
I'll be right back. Pour yourself a drink, Johnny.
I had the drink and waited and got ready to brace myself. I've been through this before. Attack plan number 2, a common garden variety. When you can't beat 'em, join 'em. And when the joiner is a lovely woman, the maneuver usually starts with some paraphrase of, slip into something more comfortable. Why don't you have a drink? And a sudden switch to first names. And it always ends up with, you and I against the world. And, couldn't you forget just one little mistake? The little mistake being something like arsenic in a husband's coffee. Yeah, an old familiar pattern. And a first resort just as often as a last. She was gone 20 minutes, not 5, but it was time well spent. A carefully casual touch with the hair, makeup skillfully softened, perfume, and one of those frothy nylon jobs designed for that special evening in. Bugle call, charge.
Like another drink, Johnny?
Thanks. I still have some.
I think I could use one. Would you mind?
Sure. What do you have?
Scotch and soda, please. Thanks for being so patient. I feel better now.
More, comfortable, huh?
Something like that. Easy on the soda.
Right. There you are, Mrs. Caylin.
Thanks. Would you do something else for me?
Oh, I'd be happy to. But I don't know your first name.
Touché. All right. What are your questions?
How do you think it happened?
I don't know. Not some enemy, because Eddie didn't have any. Just friends. Too many friends.
Who are some of them?
There's only one who really fits the definition, who's really lasted. His name is Pete Steimer.
Pete Steimer. Where can I find him?
You can't. Or at least the police haven't been able to. Nobody's seen him since that night. He's had nightclubs off and on, and in between he makes books.
What about those other friends, the ones who don't last?
They drift in, drift out, depending mostly on whether Eddie had any money at the moment. Of course, there were women.
Oh?
Showgirls, mostly dancers, strippers, so on.
Know any of them?
Hardly.
Ever hear any of their names?
Always made a point not to. Otherwise, I'd have killed him long ago.
Did you kill him, Mrs. Caylin?
No.
Did you love him?
That's a good question. I think I'll have to pass it, though. I don't really know. I feel all hollow, smashed up inside over what happened. And yet there were times I'd have killed him myself if I'd had a gun. But there were other times, too, when it was so crazy sweet you wanted to die. Because you knew it'd never be like that again. Yeah, that's the way it was with Eddie. Mad, mixed up. Like watching a 10-ring circus from the front seat in a roller coaster. That's why women flocked around him. That's why they always ran from him later.
You didn't run.
Could I have another drink?
Oh, sure. Were you trying to run when you went up to Arrowhead by yourself?
Maybe. We'd had a fight. I ran out and told him I wasn't coming back. And only 3 days later, over the radio, I heard where he'd been found dead. Burned up in his car.
Here you go.
I guess they call it shock. I still can't really believe it, even though I know it's true.
Well, I guess you should know. I understand you're the one who identified the body.
I identified a wallet, burned black, a wristwatch, a ring. All of them things I'd bought for him. They told me there wasn't anything that could be called a body.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry, Mrs. Caylin. I know this is painful for you.
It's all right. Like I said, I can't believe it. Not really.
Do you have any other reason for not believing Eddie is really dead? I mean, besides just a feeling.
No. No, of course not. What do you mean? What do you mean?
Well, it was just a question, that's all. Forget it.
But
Let's get back for a moment to another question. You said you were sure it wasn't some personal enemy who killed your husband. Then what do you think?
Well, the same as the police, I guess. They said Eddie won a lot of money that night from some gambler named Topo Leanley.
You don't know this Topo Leanley, huh?
No, but I suppose that's why Eddie was killed. The money wasn't found, so I guess it was robbery.
Did you know about the money?
Well, it all happened while I was up at Arrowhead. Anyway, if Eddie ever had any money, I'd be the last one to know about it. He always spent his money where it would show. Wait, get something for it. Laughs, bells, whistles, balloons going up. Not at home. Never.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. Forget I said that. I hate women who sit around drooling with self-pity. Like you said. I didn't run. I guess maybe I did love him, Mr. Dollar. Is there anything else you...
No, I guess not. At least not tonight. You look a little beat.
Yes, I'm afraid I am. You'd go around trying to keep up a front, but it's been rough.
Yeah, I imagine. Well...
That business a while ago. Fixing myself up a little. This robe. I just had to do it. There are times when a woman has to feel like a woman. In order to feel anything. Even sane. I guess you wouldn't understand, though. And I'm afraid I gave the wrong impression.
No. I think I do understand. Now. And I also think I owe you an apology.
For what?
For walking in here with a preconceived opinion, for being rude, being wrong. I'm sorry. Forgive me.
Forgiven. Forgotten. And come back again, please. Regardless.
I might. On one condition.
Yes?
Your first name. Would you mind?
It's Lila.
Thanks, Lila. Good night.
Good night.
I caught a flash of movement from the corner of my eye and whirled around just in time to see somebody slip off the corner of the terrace and edge into the shadows of the shrubbery. I stepped off the porch and moved toward the dark hedge of banana and scrub palm. I was watching for a sudden attack, but nothing happened. Then I heard a slight sound on the next terrace level up the slope, a rustle of bushes, an accidental scrape of a shoe on the cement walk, and I slipped along the walk. I stopped at the head of the steps and listened. Nothing. The only way out of the patio to reach the street was to come past me. I started searching. But even though I was on guard, when the attack came, it caught me off balance. All I could see was a dark shape and the glint of metal in an upraised fist. I grabbed the arm and twisted and drove my left into his stomach, and again. He rolled to his knees and raised his right hand, and again I saw the glint of metal. I jumped for him, grabbed his hand, twisted it back, and at the same time I swung my foot and kicked him in the jaw.
Johnny, are you all right?
Yeah, I'm all right. Call Sergeant Reynosa, will you, Lila? He was out cold. I turned him over on his back and struck a match to get a look at him. He was a big man, stocky, bull-necked, blonde-haired. I slid my hand inside his coat and fished out his wallet and opened it. His name was Topo Leanley.
Now, here's our star to tell you about tomorrow's intriguing episode of this week's story.
Tomorrow, we meet a Latin doll from Santa Monica, an erudite bartender, and a terpsichorean ecdysiast. And they're all in the cast. Join us, won't you? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, starring Bob Bailey, is transcribed in Hollywood. Written by Les Crutchfield, it is produced and directed by Jack Johnstone. Be sure to join us tomorrow night, same time and station, for the next exciting episode of Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Roy Rowan speaking.
Welcome back. Some good acting here, and the gambler, does save Johnny some trouble by assaulting him. Showing up, so that way Johnny doesn't have to go and hunt the guy down. And we'll see what's going to happen in this situation in the next episode. I do wonder what Johnny's hunch is. I've got a couple thoughts. I don't actually remember this one, so it'll be interesting to see how this turns out. It was also kind of odd, almost like how immediately hostile and set he was in his theory from the get-go. All right, well, we do have one listener comment here before we go for today. And this one comes from Facebook, and Steve says, listened to several episodes last night. Hard to believe with just radio and budding TV. Hard to believe the level of entertainment was so much better back then with radio and budding to TV than it is today with mass market cable and satellite television. Well, it's interesting. It's something I discussed in my ebook, what made the golden age shine. And one part of the problem I identified, it's similar to the issue of, if you follow pro sports, the issue of expansion is always a big concern. For example, before expansion started, back in the 60s, you had a grand total of 20 Major League Baseball teams. And with a 25-person roster, you can, you basically, ideally, you should have the top 500 players in the world. When you expand to 30 teams, well, now it's open to the top 750 players in the world, which means you have 250 people playing who wouldn't have had the expansion not started. And that's kind of, that's the sports argument. And the same things happen in entertainment, but on a different level. There were a couple of things, I think were true about entertainment. First, it really had to appeal to a mass market. The ratings of programs like I Love Lucy and Andy Griffith's Show, those were just, drawing just a huge chunk of the population. You had to write something that was good and that would really appeal to the great mass of the public. With the expansions of cable and all this additional content, in television, you no longer have to appeal to that mass market. In fact, you can write something that's pretty lowbrow and offensive to 80 to 90% of the population, and you can have a successful program and make money because you don't have the requirements that come when you've got 3 networks and you really have to draw a big audience if you're going to stay on the air. And so that's part of the reason why the expansion and increasing availability of television and the increasing of channels has actually, I think, made things less quality. But a good question, and thanks so much for your comment. We'll be back tomorrow with Mr. Moto, and then join us back here on Wednesday as we continue the Caylin matter. Today's episode is brought to you by the financial support of our listeners. Thanks so much for your support. You can support the show at support.greatdetectives.net. Well, now it's time for today's episode of Mr. Moto, the Baziloff Papers.
Is Mr. Moto, Mr. I.A. Moto.
NBC presents the world's greatest international secret agent, Mr. I.A. Moto, based on the popular Japanese character created by Pulitzer Prize winner John P. Marquand. Mr. Moto is fighting communism and its attendant evils, quietly, courageously, constantly. Tonight's story, The Baziloff Paper, starring Mr. Moto, Mr. I.A. Moto.
Everything in my training, my ancestry, and my soul revolted at the desecration of Commander Haley's grave. He was buried here in the American cemetery at Yokohama. The Baziloff paper had been buried with him, hidden in the heel of his right shoe. I had no choice but to rob his grave. With the help of Major Grant, on loan from the Occupation Army as my assistant, it was done quietly and respectfully. We dug silently from midnight until 2 in the morning. Fortunately, the cemetery in Yokohama is outside the city, and we were not disturbed. When Commander Haley's coffin was exposed, we bowed our heads.
Our respect, Commander Haley.
The paper is in the heel of the right shoe, Major Grant.
Can't we risk a light?
No. In Yokohama, even graveyards have eyes. Open the coffin.
Yes, sir. Shall I just take it?
Commander Haley has already given his life for his country. He would not now quibble at giving so small an item as his right shoe. Yes, remove it.
Okay. Here.
Now, close the coffin.
All right. You want to make sure the paper is in your shoe?
I am sure. Let us get back to my hotel quickly. Fill in the grave, Major Grant, and let the earth fall gently. Heroes deserve repose that is undisturbed. Go ahead, Major Grant.
Thanks.
Everything has gone very, very well. I am very, very pleased.
I don't mind telling you I'm glad it's over.
Yokohama is a nervous city.
Nervous city. It's more than that. It's evil. I could almost feel Liu Kaiang watching us in that graveyard. Just thinking about that man gives me cold shivers.
I know. He is probably the most evil man in the world.
How can men like him get started, even in China?
Opium, bandits, smuggling. He is rich. He can buy men to murder, terrorize, blackmail.
Mr. Moto, just exactly what is the Baziloff paper?
It affects the entire balance of power in the Pacific. The nation who owns it could send a submarine across the Pacific 4 times without refueling. Commander Haley has followed this paper all over the Orient. At last he found it, but the communists murdered him. Before he died, he told his servant where it was hidden. The servant told me. Now, have you a penknife?
Yes, sir. Here.
Thank you.
Can you get the heel off?
Yes. Major Grant, tonight the gods have smiled on our efforts.
Is that it?
Yes.
Huh?
But this is incredible.
What?
Here, read it.
Well, I can't read Chinese.
I was so very, very sure.
Mr. Moto, what is it? What's the matter?
This is not the Baziloff paper.
You mean we...
It says the paper itself is hidden in the house of Ma Fu Shan at Fuyou. It is a village in China near Hong Kong. I have failed.
Look, you did everything you could, Mr.
I shall
Moto.
go to Fuyou.
Go. Are you nuts? Fuyou's in enemy territory.
I know that.
You'd be knocked off so fast you wouldn't know what happened.
I will not allow Liu Kaiang and that woman to triumph.
Remember, they haven't got it either.
My mission was to get the Baziloff paper for the United States. I have failed. At the moment, it is hidden in a remote Chinese village. Until it is either in my possession or destroyed, I have failed. Major Grant.
Yes.
The Morioka sails from Yokohama for Hong Kong in the morning.
And the minute you get off it in Hong Kong, you'd be dead.
Get me a ticket, please.
Mr. Moto, this is so dangerous. I flew P-38s in the war. I'm not a coward, but... Well, I'm telling you, I've never been so afraid of my life as I've been the last 3 days. Liu Kaiang is inhuman. It is pure terrorism.
Major Grant, I am not asking you...
I know you're not, but... You think I'd let you tackle this alone?
Thank you, Major Grant. Very, very much. You are a loyal friend.
I'm not... Okay.
Get our tickets and make the necessary arrangements. We will go aboard the Morioka as early as possible tomorrow morning.
Mr. Moto, let's go down to our cabin. Staying on deck is dangerous.
But the view of the docks is beautiful.
We were followed from the hotel.
The coolies? I know.
We're walking right into their backyard. 1 foot outside the international settlement in Hong Kong, and we're dead. Just like that.
Please, Major Grant, let us be cheerful.
Cheerful.
We are sailing from Yokohama, one of the most famous ports in the world.
Mr. Moto.
What is it?
Quick. Turn your back to the gangplank.
Ah.
I told you they wouldn't let us out of Yokohama.
Liu Kai-yang?
Yes, with about 10 servants who look like professional wrestlers. And that Russian woman is with them.
Have they seen us?
It'll only be a matter of time.
I will go instantly to the cabin. Join me there the moment they raise the gangplank.
I tell you, we're both going to end up as corpses in the middle of the China Sea.
Who is it?
Ray, let me in. I don't think they saw me.
Well?
Liu Kai-yang will get to the crew. They're all Chinese. I tell you, we're dead.
Major Grant, we are on a Japanese boat bound for a city under British control. Most important of all, we are American citizens.
And the whole darn crew, every one of them, is Chinese. Kai-yang's traveling with 10 servants, and one of them is that big mute.
Let us reconstruct what they are thinking. They believe I have the Baziloff paper. That is why they are following me. They will search this cabin. When they find nothing, they will assume I am carrying it on my person. They will not dare to attack me on the ship. They will wait until we dock in Hong Kong. Do you agree?
No, if they search the cabin and don't find it, they'll toss you overboard. Liu Kai-yang will find some way of killing you. On or off the ship won't matter.
Where is this cabin?
Oh, he's traveling deluxe. A deck. 5 cabins in a row. 10 servants, the Russian woman and himself.
She is a mistress. Probably playing both sides against the middle. I am not sure she is Russian.
She calls herself Alexandra Karanska.
She is what we would call at home a dish.
Oh, yes, indeed. Garbo, Irene Dunn, Alola Massey, all rolled into one.
Find out if she knows it was not the Baziloff paper, but only a message.
Just ask her.
Come, Major Grant. You are 33. You are good-looking and strong. You will have no difficulty picking up an acquaintance in the bar. Talk to her. Find out if she knows that what we have is not the Baziloff paper.
Major Grant, we have walked 11 times around this trip. Must we be so athletic?
Oh, I'm sorry. Are you tired?
I see no point in ruining my feet. Let us stand here at the rail.
All right. Swell night, isn't it?
Very beautiful. Those must be the lights of Kawasaki. We will soon reach the Asumi Strait.
Yeah, I suppose so.
Major Grant, may we drop the amenities now?
What do you mean?
You are traveling with Mr. Moto. After all, the Morioka is not the Queen Mary. Major Grant, I wish you would trust me. I do not want the Chinese communists to have the Baziloff paper either.
Just whose side are you on?
Was it in Commander Haley's shoe? Please tell me, did Mr. Moto get it?
You don't know?
If I did, I wouldn't ask.
Well, that's exactly what I wanted to know. Thanks for a charming evening. If you'll excuse me,
You will come this way, Major Grant.
Look, let's not be dramatic. You can't shoot guns off on a boat like this.
Thanks.
You'd have the whole ship in an uproar. Quit acting like a flea-bitten Mata Hari. Holy cat. Oh.
This is Cheng. He is a mute. His tongue was torn out in the wrestling competition at the Imperial Palace in Nanking. He has been known to break a man's neck quite silently in 4 seconds. A deck is quite deserted.
That won't be necessary.
Major Grant, you are charming. This way, if you please.
Oh, are we going visiting?
Liu Kai-yang would like to talk to you.
Say, his parties must be doozies, huh? The guests don't turn up. He just breaks their necks.
You have quite a sense of humor, have you not? This door, please. Go ahead. Sang on the fun.
If he lays a finger on me, I tell you, I'll screen this boat down.
Oh, Major Grant, I presume.
You do. But I won't argue about it. And look, would you mind asking Buster here to stop breathing down my neck? It reminds me of Roquefort cheese.
King, Batang, you and Alexander have had a visit?
I do not think they have got it.
Did you find out?
No.
I see. Major Grant, this is all very, very dangerous. I bear no ill will towards you or Mr. Moto, but I mean to have that paper. If you were not an American citizen, I would have you stabbed and thrown overboard. Instead, you will give me your passport.
Try and get it.
Jing, Dong Chuan Guayang.
You come near me, you big ape.
Alexandra, will you go through the barbarian's pockets? To touch him makes me ill. Even the smell of him is disgusting.
Yes, here it is.
Here are the pages. Excellent. The most effective way of preventing Major Grant from disembarking at all in Hong Kong. And now, Alexandra, you may work on Mr. Moto without interference. Begin immediately. Oh, and, Alexandra.
Yes?
The man who holds the Baziloff paper also holds the Pacific. I intend to have it. I intend to be that man. I know you would not be so foolish as to...
To what?
No, you would not. Otherwise, I would turn you over to Cheng.
Lukayan, please.
Now you may begin on Mr. Moto. Go.
Who is it? Mr. Moto, let me in, please. Let me in quickly. They may be watching. What I am doing is so dangerous. So dangerous.
Beautiful Russian.
I am not Russian. I was Russian.
You were Russian.
My real name is Sonia Baziloff.
Baziloff?
Peter Baziloff was my father. The Baziloff paper belongs to me.
I was right. You are playing both the sides against the middle.
My father and I got out of Russia when I was a little girl. He didn't think the regime could last. It did last. They wanted him, a scientist, to invent according to the party line. As if molecules were cognizant of politics. We escaped, and he took the Baziloff paper with him. It was all he had, all he was able to say.
I am so very, very interested. Please, go on.
Always be hounded. From Moscow to Paris, to New York to Buenos Aires. Then finally to Shanghai. Always the secret police were 2 steps behind us. One night, when I was visiting with friends, they broke into our house.
In Shanghai?
Yes. They beat my father so badly that he died. He gave the Baziloff paper to a faithful Chinese servant named Ma Fushan. Ma Fushan took it to Commander Haley. When he left Commander Haley's hotel, he was shot. The next morning, Commander Haley was also murdered. Lu Kayang had them killed.
You are making muddy water clear, my child.
I've got to get it, Mr. Moto. I have no money, no comfort. The Baziloff paper is all I have, and it rightfully belongs to me. I know Lu Kayang had you and Major Grant watched the night you opened Commander Haley's grave. Please tell me, did you get it?
Miss Baziloff.
Please, in the name of heaven, don't call me that. Karanska.
Miss Karanska, what have you done with Major Grant?
Lu Kayang has him tied up in one of the cabins on A-deck.
Can you release him?
I dare not.
You must.
Lu Kayang will kill me. He's suspicious now. He'll get me to Chang it up. Oh, I'm so tired. I'm so tired and so afraid.
I will make a bargain with you. I will tell you where the Baziloff paper is hidden, provided I arrive safely at the Imperial Hotel in Hong Kong.
Somehow you must get off this boat before we dock.
Suppose we begin by your securing Major Grant's release.
You do not have the conception of what you ask me to do. It's like making love to death, to horror.
You want to know where the paper is. I need Major Grant's help to get off this boat. It is a fair exchange.
All right. I'll do the best I can.
Let us hope, my child, you exceed your best. Otherwise, the Baziloff paper will be lost to the world. Forever. Her exquisitely chiseled face was white with terror. Rightly or wrongly, I believed her. The Morioka surged through the black night and the phosphorescent South China Sea. By noon the next day, we had approached quite close to the south coast, and I could see from my porthole the ceaseless, teeming world of China, with its poverty, its despair, its communism. There were launches, tugs, Chinese junks under sail, moving ponderously under great banks of brown canvas slatted with bamboo. By 3, we were entering the approaches to Hong Kong Harbor. In another 2 hours, we were docked, and still no word from Major Grant. The beautiful Russian had either failed or lost her nerve. I stripped down to nothing but my trousers and resolved to wait until the last possible moment for Major Grant. Who is it?
It's me, Grant.
You are all right?
Yes, the girl got me out of it.
How?
Made up a story about my having a heart condition. Told Liu Kaiang that if I died, the whole U.S. Navy would want to know why. He tore up my passport.
He tore up your passport?
The girl did the tearing. Liu Kaiang gave the orders. Mr. Moto, without a passport, I'll be on this boat for life.
Listen, Major Grant, very careful. I suppose that at this moment, the Baziloff paper is one of the most vital pieces of information in the world. Every foreign agent in Europe has been after it for months. The whole balance of power in the Pacific hangs on this one piece of paper. I have got to get it.
First, you've got to get off this boat.
I intend to jump overboard.
Jump overboard?
Now listen carefully.
Man, you'll drown. Don't be crazy. You can't
We are
jump
less than a
overboard.
mile from the coast.
Moto.
Please do not interrupt. I will swim ashore and make my way to the international settlement. Then I will register at the Imperial Hotel.
Right.
Then I will go to Sir John Redding at the British Embassy. He can easily arrange for an American citizen to disembark in Hong Kong without benefit of passport. He will have somebody from the embassy meet the Morioka when it docks and see that you get ashore safely.
Okay, what's next?
The message said the Baziloff paper was hidden in the house of Ma Fushan at Fuyu. Ma Fushan has a son living in Hong Kong. I will visit him. While I am doing this,
yes,
call on Sir John Redding at the British Embassy yourself.
What for?
Tell him the whole story, everything. You can trust him completely.
All right, then what?
Ask him if we can borrow a plane, any kind of a plane.
You mean we'll fly to Fuyu?
If that is where the Baziloff paper really is.
But it says that in the message, the house of Ma Fushan in Fuyu.
I suspect the message we found in Commander Haley's shoe is a lie.
But
never mind why. I will find out from the son of Ma Fushan. Now, give me your rubber tobacco pouch.
Look, I just don't
Give
figure...
it to me quickly, Major Grant. It is watertight. Thank you. Now, the paper. Good. You will have to carry my passport.
Right.
Some money.
Here.
Good. Now, open the portal.
Are you sure you can swim that far?
I would rather drown than lose the Baziloff paper. Open the portal. Do not worry, Major Grant. We will dine together at the Imperial Hotel this evening. Help me up, please.
I'm sure glad I'm with you, not against you.
I can just get through. Sometimes it is good to be small.
Mr. Moto, the launch! Watch out for the launch!
Mr. Moto, I am Liu Kaiang. Welcome to my humble house.
Your launch might have killed me.
Life is cheap in the Orient. I thought you might attempt something like this. I arranged to have my launch follow the Morioka from the moment she entered the Hong Kong estuary. You have been bathed and fed. You are standing before me in my clothes. The lowliest Chinese coolie would have bowed and thanked me. However, you have already sung for your supper, Mr. Moto. We found the message in your tobacco pouch. Here is the pouch. Your money is still in it.
Thank you.
My chauffeur will now drive you to the Imperial Hotel. The clothes you may consider as the grateful gift of Liu Kaiang
Miss Baziloff, you're looking very beautiful.
You promised, Mr. Moto, to give me the message if you got safely to the Imperial Hotel. You are here. I released the American. I've kept my part of the bargain. Now tell me, please.
Major Grant will be here directly. He is arranging for a plane.
But the message you promised.
The message in Commander Haley's shoe said that the Baziloff paper was hidden in the house of Ma Fu-shan at Fuyu. Ma Fu-shan's son lives in Hong Kong. I have talked with him. The message is a lie. Ma Fu-shan never lived in Fuyu. He lived at a farm village, Wangten, a few miles outside of Qinchao.
Yes, Wangten, I know it well.
Excellent.
Well, I got it. God bless the British Empire.
A plane?
It'll be warmed up and waiting for us at 6 tomorrow morning.
Excellent. Very, very good. By the time Liu Kaiyang discovers the message is a lie, we will have the Baziloff paper ourselves.
Before we go any further, will somebody please tell me exactly what the Baziloff paper is?
Miss Baziloff, if you please.
Baziloff?
Yes, I am his daughter. My father worked with crude petroleum, Major Grant. He invented a catalytic process of cracking crude oil so that 1 gallon will do the work of 3. The Baziloff paper is a chemical analysis of this process based on the Schweitzer formula. It enables an oil-driven battleship or a submarine to cruise almost indefinitely without refuel.
Wow.
Now, quickly, Major Grant, the map.
Yes, I got them.
Wangten is near Qinchao. There, along the line of the Mukden-Tintin Railroad, we will fly over the sea to the Po-Hai Gulf.
Otherwise, we will be shot down by the communists.
A necessary risk. Then inland to the village. Miss Baziloff, once we have landed, how long will it take us to locate the house of Ma Fu-shan, get the paper, and return to the plane?
Oh, the village is small. 10 minutes.
Major Grant will be our pilot. The plane is adequate?
The best.
We take off at 6 in the morning then. Is it not very, very nice that Americans and British are such very, very good friends? We flew without incident to the village of Wangten in 3 hours. Appearing so suddenly from the sky brought out the entire village. The simple, kind faces watched us eagerly. Major Grant stayed with the plane. A man took Alexandra Baziloff and me quickly to the house of Ma Fu-shan. It reminded me of a peasant house in France. The floor was mud. There was a stove made in Illinois, a crude wooden dresser with cooking utensils. Ma Fu-shan's nephew, Swidam, took the paper from its hiding place and gave it to us.
If you please, Mr. Moto, sir, I will hand paper only to daughter of Baziloff.
Thank you, Swai. Leave us.
If soldiers have seen plane, it will soon be too late to leave at all.
We will hurry. Goodbye, Mr. Moto.
Goodbye.
I am staying here. This house is quiet. I am tired.
Then give me the paper.
No.
Give it to me.
Keep away.
Not in the stove. Don't burn it, I beg you. Give it to me.
No.
I will pay you $1 million.
No.
In American money.
No. No one will have it. I am sick of war. Sick of it. All my life there has been guns and murder and terror and misery. My father invented this thing for peace.
Miss Baziloff, not in the stove. Please.
I tell you, there can be no more guns, no more soldiers, no more battleships. For all of history, men have been fighting. Kill. Murder for freedom, murder for religion. But kill, always kill. The world has gone insane, Mr. Moto. And my father will not contribute to that paranoia. There is not enough money in the world to buy this paper. Dear Father, I burned it for you. Only for you.
I think your father would approve. Now, at least, no one will have it. My mission is not a failure. Miss Baziloff, that was a very brave thing for you to do. An unselfish thing. To know you and to be your friend has been very, very pleasant.
You have just heard the world's greatest international secret agent in the Baziloff paper. James Monk starred as Mr. Moto. The script was written and directed by Harry W. Junkin. Produced by Carol Irwin. The cast included Bernard Grant, Connie Lemke, and Ross Martin. The music was transcribed. This is Fred Collins speaking, and here with a preview of next week's story is Mr. I.A. Moto.
Next week, the terrifying story of a man caught in a web of mania and fear. The famous Gleason case, in which a young American played the victim. And now, may the moon be your consort along the gentle river of sleep. May your dreams be blessed with beauty, charmed with enchantment.
Enjoy the very best in radio. Be sure that you dial and write. Seems like the very best in radio. Morning, noon, and night is from this station. Morning, noon, and night, NBC.
Welcome back. Well, another dramatic ending here. I will say Mr. Moto said that his mission wasn't a failure. Well, given that his job was to bring back the Baziloff papers, wasn't exactly a success either. But again, tends to be kind of a philosophical show. I do want to remind you, if you do have a program we played sometime during the past 4 years or so, I would love to have your thoughts on any show you'd like us to play again. Specific episodes that you enjoyed would be great, but I'll also just take names of series as well. Just email it to me at box13@greatdetectives.net, and in the subject, put "Play It Again, Adam." All right, well, we'll be back tomorrow with Johnny Dollar, and next Tuesday, another episode of Mr. Moto. Before we do get started, I want to thank listeners who have been supporting the program by going to JohnnyDollarAir.com. JohnnyDollarAir.com is a Priceline affiliate, so you can enjoy the benefits of being able to either choose from some great published fares on hotels, rental cars, and airline tickets, or being able to name your own price. Plus, if you find a good deal there and you purchase it, part of the purchase price goes to support the great detectives of old-time radio at no additional cost to you. So when you're making your travel plans, just remember to try JohnnyDollarAir.com first. Now it's time for Part 3 and Part 4 of the Caylin matter.
From Hollywood, it's time now for
Johnny Dollar.
This is Reynosa, L.A. Police.
Oh, hiya, Sergeant. Any luck?
Nothing. This Topo Leanley boy's been in jams before. He's a tough cookie, and we don't scare him a bit.
What's his story?
Says he was walking through the courtyard of the apartment house when you jumped him from the bushes.
Oh.
Claims he thought it was a stick-up and fired that shot at you in self-defense.
What was he doing there in the first place?
Calling on a girlfriend, only she'd given him the wrong address.
Sure.
Well, we can hold him overnight for carrying a concealed weapon, but that's about all, Johnny. He'll make bail in the morning.
Well, fine. Let him. Things aren't adding up, and it's got him worried. He's afraid he's being double-crossed, and he's fighting mad about it. On the loose, maybe he'll be a help to us.
How?
Maybe he can find Eddie Caylin.
What are you talking about? Eddie Caylin's downtown in the morgue on a marble slab.
Sergeant, want to bet?
Tonight and every weekday night, Bob Bailey in the transcribed adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account, America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. From Special Investigator Johnny Dollar, location Los Angeles, to the Home Office, Trinity Mutual Insurance Company Limited, Hartford, Connecticut. Assignment, the Caylin matter. Expense account continued. I was following a hunch, one that had started when Sergeant Reynosa said the police found the door of the Caylin apartment locked on the night of Eddie's death, locked with a key. And now the hunch was stronger. The way Leanley had acted, Topo Leanley, the gambler from whom Eddie had won $60,000 that night. Things like Lila Caylin had said about her husband, they all added up. But it was still only a hunch, not proof. And proof I had to have. And at the moment, the only chance I could see of getting it was to backtrack on Eddie Caylin. His hangouts, his contacts, his missing friend, Pete Steimer, his movements during the hours before his car was found blazing at the bottom of a canyon in Palos Verdes. In a way, what I had to do was bring him back to life. Expense account item 6, $14.10. Transportation 2 and incidentals at a dim little hole-in-the-wall bar out on Santa Monica Boulevard called the Cafe Eloines. It was an out-of-the-way clip joint dedicated to the mood Caribbean, complete with palm fronds, drinks, and coconut shells, and a lovely little hostess with a beautifully developed and well-rounded Latin accent.
You would like a nice table, amigo?
Oh, this one's fine. But I would like a nice talk. Sit down, honey. Let's get acquainted.
Well, maybe for a few minutes. My name is Pepita.
Of course. What else? I'm Johnny Dollar.
That's a funny name.
Oh, I'm a funny guy.
Will you buy me a drink?
Is that the gimmick here?
Gimmick?
Well, what do you order? A champagne cocktail?
See.
For which I pay $2. It's made with 10 cents worth of sauterne. You get a $1 kickback. Isn't that the way it's played?
Are you with the Vice Squad?
No, forget it. Relax. Hey, look. I'll do better than buy you a drink. What are you doing after you're through here?
No dates. When I quit work here, I go straight home, amigo. And I live with my mother.
Oh, well, that's a very good arrangement. Cheaper that way for both of you. But here's $10. What I want from you is some information. About a customer who comes in here a lot, or used to anyway. Eddie Caylin. You know him?
You are not the police, or you would not give me $10 just for talking. Sure, I know Eddie. What you want to know about him?
When did you see him last?
On Thursday, the day before he was killed.
How did he act? What did he say? Anything out of the ordinary?
Oh, he said he loved me madly, passionately, devotionally. And if I do not love him too, he will kill himself. Just like ordinary. He was lying, of course. But he always was such exciting to listen. Then he buy me champagne cocktail and borrow from me the money to pay for it.
Quite a boy.
Que hombre. He was, how you say, he was the most.
Yeah. How long was he in here that night?
Quien sabe. 1 hour, perhaps.
By himself?
No. With his amigo, with Pete.
Pete Steimer, huh?
Si.
Have you seen Pete since then?
No. I do not think nobody has seen him.
What do you think's happened to him?
Who knows? Maybe he is too sad for Eddie dying. So he is hide out someplace all by himself.
Well, it's a theory. Did Eddie seem worried that night?
No.
Scared?
No, not scared.
Nothing special on his mind, apparently.
No, just like always. Just like Eddie. You know.
No, I never met him.
Oh? Then why you ask this question?
Oh, just a routine business matter. What about women?
Women?
Yeah, other girlfriends of Eddie's. And next to you, of course.
Oh, next to me. With Eddie, every girl was first.
Well, what about the nightclub here? Any of them come in here, work here?
Oh, Eddie was too smart for that. In each one place, only one girl. That way, no trouble. Eddie was smart.
Yeah, he was the most. What about girls in other places around town? Do you know any of them?
No, I do not know any, but...
But you've heard rumors.
Well, there is a place which is called the Brass Monkey.
Ah, yeah.
They have girls there which, how you say it, they take off some clothes and go jump around with the music.
Strippers?
Well, strippers. Well, somebody has always make jokes with me about one of those strippers. They say Eddie has had the big thing with her. They think to make me mad, but there's no difference to me. I know how Eddie is.
Do you know the girl's name?
The very silly name, which she has make up, is Marty Midnight.
Marty Midnight.
She has black hair like me, but mine is natural black.
Oh, yeah, sure. I figured as much. It's very beautiful.
Muchas gracias, Johnny.
Well, thanks for some pleasant conversation.
You are leaving now?
Yeah, why?
But maybe you will come back. No?
I wasn't planning to.
At 1 o'clock, I am through working. If you will come back... No?
No. We wouldn't want to worry your poor old mother, would we? Keep her waiting up.
What are you talking about? My mother is living in Havana, Cuba.
Expense account item 7, $23.40. More transportation and some more of those incidentals. This time at the Brass Monkey Inn. That name had come up twice now. Eddie Caylin's widow had mentioned it first. So I figured I'd better have a look at it. The Eloines had been a fairly quiet place, dimly lighted with a big play on that mystery of the jungle routine. But the Brass Monkey was a pony of a different tint. At the Brass Monkey, they let down their hair and really lived. The chorus line was on and at it when I arrived, and strangely enough, the girls were all dolls, pert, young, lively, 7 of them from left to right. But not one of the 7 had midnight black hair. I leaned against the service bar and waited for the bartender to come down out of the clouds and notice me, and he finally did.
Oh, sorry, Buster. Just couldn't see you for looking at you.
Oh, that's all right. Who'd bother with a customer at a time like this?
Another art lover. Man, I'll tell you true, there is the cream of the crop. 7 shining sisters. The Pleiades, brother. The absolute up-top zenith of the entire ecclesiastic firmament. What do you have to drink?
Scotch over ice.
Checo. I read a lot. That's where I get all them big words. Always try to better myself. Get ahead, man, that's the thing.
Yes, so I've heard.
So I read all the time, and I got a system, too, a shortcut. You know all them books you see around? You know what they're full of?
Well, opinions vary.
Words. And you know where they get them? From the dictionary. So I don't mess around. I go right to headquarters. The only book I read is the dictionary.
You what?
Sure. Read it through twice, and now I'm clear up to J on the 3rd time around. You know what a joss house is?
Yeah, it's a Chinese temple. I think I need that drink now.
Oh, I'm sorry, Buster. Here you are. Say, you're pretty smart yourself.
Oh, I'm a pedant.
Pedant? That's with a P. Nah, I won't get to that for another 3 months. That's a buck even for the drink.
Here you go. Keep the change.
Well, thanks. Hey, this is a 20 you give me.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, I see. Well, Buster, the answer is no. I can't fix you up with one of the girls.
All I want is some information.
Like what?
Like where is Marty Midnight this evening?
Oh, that I wouldn't know. She hasn't been around since, not for the last 4 or 5 nights.
Since Eddie Caylin was murdered? Is that what you're about to say?
Police?
Insurance investigator. The company I represent issued a policy on him.
Eddie Caylin with insurance?
Yeah, he took it out about 2 months ago.
Who's the beneficiary?
His wife.
Well, I never met the gal, but I guess she's got something common. She must have took quite a beating off of Eddie. man, that cat could really operate.
So I gather. You happen to know where Marty lives?
Nah, she moved a few weeks ago, after she took up with Eddie. I don't even know her real name.
Hey, is the manager here?
I'm the manager, Buster. I hired him, fired him, and in between, just look at him. Oh, man, what a life.
Do you know a friend of Eddie's named Pete Steimer?
Sure I know. He hasn't been around either.
Disappeared that same night, huh?
Yeah, that was a bad night all around. There was another guy dropped out of sight, too, a hood named Mike Kelso, one of Topo Leanley's boys.
Do you know Topo?
He comes in all the time. He's, Hey, wait a minute. You must be the cat that broke his arm. Well, congratulations, felicitations, and happy days. I'll have a drink myself on that.
Real popular boy.
Oh, the most. I understand he got his start by leaning out of his baby carriage and shoving his mother under a car.
Was he in here that night?
Well, sure. That's where Eddie met him. I told Eddie to stay clear of that game. Was I right?
And you think that's why he was killed, for the $60,000 he won that night?
Buster, that's the type of question I never answer. And that's exactly why I stay so healthy.
Well, you don't have to answer. That's where all the logic points. Eddie met Topo Leanley in here that night and was invited into one of Leanley's big-time poker games. Eddie was lucky, plenty lucky, and Leanley got hit hard. He decided he wouldn't stand still for it, so he and his muscle man, Mike Kelso, went around to Eddie's apartment, beat him up, got the $60,000, took Eddie out to the Palos Verdes hills, ran him off the cliff, and set fire to his car.
Any reason why it couldn't have happened like that?
No. But there are a lot of loose ends. Like what has happened to Pete Steimer and Marty Midnight?
Scared silly, hiding out.
Mike Kelso.
Same thing. He's sweating it out, waiting to see which way the wind blows. Or there's whispers around that he double-crossed Topo and ran out with the dough.
Could be. But I keep remembering that door.
What door?
To Eddie's apartment. It was left locked with a key.
So what's it got to do with everything? Uh-oh, the police. I'm raided again. Hey, Red, dump that water, bar, whiskey down the sink. Jackie, get back there and tell the girls to cover up. Now, take it easy, you cats. Just keep your seats. Everything is copacetic.
Relax. It's not a raid. That's Sergeant Reynosa. He's handling the Caylin case.
Buster, a cop's a cop no matter what he's handling. Now, shake it up, Red. Turn on that water in the sink and dump it all in.
What the devil are you doing here, Johnny?
Having a drink? What's up, Sergeant?
I'm looking for a girl who's supposed to work here named Marty Midnight.
So am I. What's your reason?
Suspicion of murder.
What?
The guy was killed in her apartment about an hour ago. The neighbors heard the shots. And it's real crazy, Johnny. It just can't be, but it is. We got a fast check on the fingerprints. You know who the guy was?
Sure. It was Eddie Caylin. Johnny Dollar.
Johnny? Well, that's strange.
Is this Mrs. Caylin? Lila?
Yes, someone from the police department asked me to call Sergeant Reynosa at this number, but I didn't...
Yeah, Reynosa was trying to reach you, but your phone didn't answer.
Well, I was just letting it ring. I was trying to get some sleep. But then the officer came by. Where are you, Johnny? What's happened?
We're at the apartment of a girl named Marty Midnight. Ever hear of her?
No, why?
Lila, you better brace yourself, honey. You've got another shock coming.
Shock? What do you mean?
Your husband didn't die in that burning auto?
Eddie's alive?
No, not now. He was shot to death an hour and a half ago here in Marty's apartment.
Who did it?
I don't know yet. Hang on to yourself, and I'll come by and see you as soon as I'm free here.
Will you, Johnny, please?
Promise. From Special Investigator Johnny Dollar, location Los Angeles, to the Home Office, Trinity Mutual Insurance Company Limited, Hartford, Connecticut. Assignment, the Caylin matter. Expense account continued. The homicide squad was finishing up its work when Sergeant Reynosa and I got back out to the apartment of Marty Midnight, star stripper of the Brass Monkey Inn. Eddie Caylin's body had been photographed, checked, measured, fingerprinted, examined, sketched, written up, and reported on. Taken out finally under a white sheet. I held the door open for the morgue attendants to get out with their silent burden and stood watching them wheel the stretcher down the walk and load it into the waiting ambulance. A light mist had started to fall, and a damp, cold blanket of fog was seeping down from the dark hillsides of Griffith Park beyond the road. There was a feeling of finality in the air, of the end of things. And for the man who died twice, it was final. Yeah, there was no doubt about it this time. Eddie Caylin was dead.
I am tired, Johnny. Just plain dead dog tired.
Yeah. It's getting to be a long night.
Sit down and start talking.
Any particular subject, Sergeant?
You know what subject. You weren't surprised when you heard Eddie Caylin had been alive all this time that it wasn't his body in the wrecked car out in Palos Verdes. How come, Johnny? Why weren't you surprised?
Because I was expecting it. Why else?
No, you got to do more talking than that.
Well, it started with a hunch. And the hunch started when you told me you found the door of Eddie Caylin's apartment locked when you went there that night he was supposed to have died.
Yeah, I know. Locked with a key. You mentioned that, but...
Well, that was the important part. If it had been a door with a night lock or a spring latch that snaps when you pull it shut, it wouldn't have been anything.
It still doesn't, as far as I'm concerned.
All right, look. There was evidence there'd been a fight in that apartment that night. We assumed that somebody had knocked Eddie unconscious or killed him there in the apartment, then taken his body out to his car, driven it out to the Palos Verdes headland, and set fire to it.
That's right.
Then at the time that somebody left the apartment, the heat was on.
Mm-hmm.
They had a body on their hands. Maybe someone had heard the fight, called the police. They had to get out fast.
Yeah, sure, but...
Under those circumstances, can you imagine anybody taking the time to go through Eddie's pockets to find his door key and bothering to stop and lock the door behind them? Nah, it's illogical. Except for one person, Eddie himself.
How do you figure?
With him, it would be just a matter of habit, locking the door as usual when he left home.
All right, Johnny, I see your point. Then how do you call the play that night?
About the way we were tagging it, up to a point. Eddie won $60,000 in that poker game with Topo Linley. He went home, either alone or with that friend of his, Pete Steimer. So Topo had no intention of taking that kind of a loss. So he sent his trigger man, Mike Kelso, to recover the money. The fight was between Eddie and Mike. Only Mike was the one who lost, not Eddie.
Then you figure Eddie put Mike Kelso's body in his car and drove it out to Palos Verdes and set fire to it?
Sure, with Pete Steimer's help, probably.
Well, it's possible. The body was practically destroyed. All we had for identification was the wallet, watch, keychain, and so on. They could have been planted.
I think they were. It was a sudden idea, spur of the moment. But Eddie was ripe for it. There he was, with $60,000 in his pocket, but a dead man on his hands. And as far as his wife was concerned, I think the chance of shaking her and not sharing the money was just an added inducement. So he and Pete arranged for the body to be identified as his, and Eddie just disappeared.
And holed up here in his girlfriend's apartment.
Why not? He and Pete both. Apparently the three of them were planning to jump the country, judging by that forged birth certificate you found in there on the breakfast table.
Only it didn't work out that way. Well, Eddie's dead. Really dead now. Pete and Marty have disappeared again, and the $60,000 is missing.
Find them, and you find the money.
Johnny, it sounds like the same old story. Big money, big temptation, and a falling out among friends.
That's the most likely.
Of course, there is one other possibility.
What's that?
Topo Linley.
Was he out?
Yeah.
How come?
It's a rough combination, Johnny. Good lawyer on his side and a poor case on ours. He was sprung 2 hours before the neighbors reported the shooting here, the anonymous neighbor.
Well, it could be, then. But I'm still betting it was Pete Steimer or Marty Midnight.
I'm not betting anything anymore. The way things stand now, it's anybody's guess. His own gun, no prints on it. You pays your nickel and you takes your choice.
Well, at least the field narrows down. Well, seems like we got a visitor.
Probably one of the uniformed boys on duty outside. Yes?
The policeman outside say for me to come to you. I am Jeannette Dubois.
Oh? Well, what can I do for you?
I am the person who reports the shooting on the telephone.
Come on in.
Merci, monsieur.
How come you refused to give your name when you phoned the police?
You are Captain?
Sergeant Reynosa. This is Johnny Dollar, Miss Dubois.
Oh, he is also police?
He's working with us on this. Now, why wouldn't you give your name when you reported the shooting?
I am very sorry, monsieur. You see, I have not been in this country too long, and I am afraid that I will be implicated. So I do not give the name at first. But finally, I think it over, and I call my friend the consul, and he say I must come to you immediately.
And he's right. So you heard the shooting, huh?
Oui, monsieur. I was walking past in front. I live 3 places down from here. All of a sudden, there is bang, 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 and I am scared to pieces.
I can imagine.
Then the door of this place is slam open very quick, and I jump in the shadow behind a bush. A girl start to come out, and then she stop in the door.
What did she look like, Miss Dubois?
Well, it is too dark for telling good, but I have seen her before. I know from her hair. very long, black.
Marty Midnight.
Was that the one, the girl who lives here?
Oui, monsieur. I did not know her name.
All right, what happened then?
She stand in the door for a second. She is wearing how you say it, a white raincoat. She is holding something in her hand. This thing she wipes with the raincoat all over. Then she throws it back into the room.
Was it a gun?
I think so. Then she pulls the door shut and runs down the street. I am too scared to think what to do for a minute. Then I hurry home very fast, and I telephone to the police.
You didn't see anybody else around the place or in the street out in front?
No, Monsieur Dollar. I watch from my window until the police have come. Nobody else has come out or go in.
I see. Well, Sergeant?
She won't get far. Girl with her looks draws too much attention. We'll pick her up before morning. Thank you for your information, Miss Dubois. In view of your cooperation now, I think we can forget about you not telling us all this sooner.
Does that mean I can go now?
Yes, just leave your name and address with the officer outside.
Oh, merci, monsieur. Au revoir.
That kind of surprises me. I could figure the two of them together ganging up on Eddie. But apparently it was just Marty Midnight, all on her own.
Been done before, Johnny. They're not the weaker sex, no matter what the book says.
I know. But the fact never fails to amaze me.
It shouldn't. You must have been on some of the same kind of cases. The devil.
Come on! The patrolman stationed at the back entrance of the apartment house told us what had happened. He'd surprised somebody, a man, he thought, lurking in the bushes beside the house. The prowler fired a shot and ran. He paid no attention to the order to halt. The patrolman had fired twice, missed. The fugitive had escaped into the dense underbrush of Griffith Park just across the street. Sergeant Reynosa spotted men quickly along the edge of the brush, set up a portable spotlight from the squad car, sent his other car up an access road to block off the ridgeline, radioed for reinforcements. Within 5 minutes, a 15-acre area of the slope was surrounded and blocked off.
Well, what do you say, Johnny? Shall we go in after him?
Looks like we'll have to. He seems to be the shy type.
Call it. Who do you think?
I'm putting my money on Topolini.
Good bet. Let's go. Keep that crowd back out of the way.
All right, let's get back here.
Couldn't be any darker in here.
Oh, weather. Hey, shoot your flash over there toward the right. No, it's an old stump.
All right, we've got you surrounded. You better come out with your hands up. If you try to resist, you'll only make it tougher on yourself.
You hear something, then?
No.
It was over to the left, I think. Let's take a look.
Watch yourself, Johnny. He's thrown lead once already.
Yeah. There. Back of that tree. Hold your flash steady. There.
I see. Come out with your hands up. It's your last chance, I'm warning you. Got no choice, Johnny.
He's down. Come on, Sergeant.
Well, what do you know?
It wasn't Topolini. It was Eddie Caylin's friend, Pete Steimer. Expense account item 9, $1 for a newspaper, 2 packs of cigarettes, and a cardboard carton of hot coffee purchased from an all-night diner across the street from the Queen of the Angels Hospital. I took them up to the police emergency ward, room 612, pulled a chair up in front of the window, and sat down to wait. Pete Steimer was still unconscious. Still hadn't been able to speak a word since he dropped to the ground with Sergeant Reynosa's bullet in his chest. So I waited. Outside, the cold mist was still coming down steadily. The night was pretty far gone. It was less than 3 hours before dawn. A nurse sat silently beside the bed. The only sound in the room was the hoarse, slow breathing of the wounded man. After a while, the nurse left the room for something, and Pete seemed to rouse slightly at the sound of the door.
Where am I?
Take it easy, Pete. Don't try to talk.
Eddie. Is Eddie here?
No, he's not here.
He ought to be here. It's always been like this.
Relax now. It's all right.
Eddie always runs out and and leaves somebody else to
Easy now, easy.
somebody else to face the music.
Pete. And those were his last words before he went to face the music.
Now, here's our star to tell you about the final intriguing episode of this week's story.
Tomorrow, a quarry run to earth, a strange alibi, and a shocking twist at the wind-up. Join us, won't you? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, starring Bob Bailey, is transcribed in Hollywood. Written by Les Crutchfield, it is produced and directed by Jack Johnstone. Be sure to join us tomorrow night, same time and station, for the next exciting episode of Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Roy Rowan speaking.
I love that scene with, oh, by the way, welcome back. I love that scene in the bar in part 3 when the lady gave the, answer that, she, was with her mother and needed to get home until she got to know Johnny a little bit. But regardless, we've had, quite a few twists and turns, and, it's not over yet. I'll be looking forward to part 5 to get the truth of who's behind everything, because we still have a lot of questions left, so this will definitely be a great concluding episode. Stephen Dow, we turn to listener comments and feedback. Stephen Dow says, listen to old radio shows almost every night. Enjoy them a lot more than I do most of the garbage on TV. Glad to be able to help provide people with some quality entertainment. All right, well, that will finish us for today. We will be back tomorrow with a special episode of Escape, featuring that great Sherlock Holmes story, The Lost Special. And then join us back here on Friday as we wrap up the Caylin matter. Today's episode's brought to you by the financial support of our listeners. Thanks so much for your support, and I especially want to thank John for his donation. We'll send along access to our premium site, which we do with all donations of $7 or more. And I also want to wish everyone in the United States a happy Independence Day. I'll be celebrating that as well as my 11th wedding anniversary today, so I hope everyone's just having a great day. Well, this is going to be one of the longer opening introductions we've done in a while, so I hope you will bear with us. We have quite a bit to introduce. Today's episode kind of serves as a epilogue on the Sherlock Holmes series we've been doing for about the last 4 years. It is an adaptation of The Lost Special. The Lost Special was a story that Sir Arthur Conan Doyle wrote, in 1898, in between, the Final Problem and the Empty House being published. However, the story has some definite hints of Sherlock Holmes in it, particularly one of the letters to the editor, some that was read. There were some hints that it came from Holmes and was not too far off from the truth. In addition to this, the Old Court Radio Theater produced its own take on the law special, in which it was just turned into a Sherlock Holmes story. You can take a listen to the Old Court Radio Theater adaptations, either by searching for the Sherlock Holmes Society podcast or going to sherlock-holmes.org.uk. In addition to that, for the genuine Sherlock Holmes feel, this episode actually stars an actor who played Sherlock Holmes, Mr. Ben Wright. This was from February of 1949. So it was before Wright had taken on the role for Sherlock Holmes from 49 to 50 for ABC, but after he'd at least stood in for one episode for Tom Conway in the 46-47 season. The episode aired February the 12th of 1949. The program is an episode of Escape. Escape was one of the great anthologies at CBS. It wasn't as great as Suspense, and it repeated quite a few stories. The Shipment of Mute Fate was perhaps its most famous. They did that one 4 times, but there were several stories that they produced multiple times. The program didn't quite have the same budget as Suspense. So it tended not to feature as many of the big name stars in the day, particularly when Suspense got started off. It would have just very big name actors like Edward G. Robinson come through. They tended to have more up and coming actors. So in some cases, Escape would have a show like their second episode, Operation Fleur de Lis, which we played over on the Old Time Dragnet show, which featured Jack Webb along with a young Elliot Lewis and Harry Bartell. I'm kind of not knowing how much talent they were putting on, so you get to see a lot of great early performances. But script reusage was common. Still, it's 240 episodes that are in circulation, make it a favorite for fans. Escape tended to feature high adventure. You would turn in there and you would hear, you would not hear many detective stories, though there were a few. You would hear science fiction, horror, thrillers. It was just a very exciting, dynamic series that fans really enjoyed. And this is the first episode of Escape we'll bring you, but it certainly won't be the last. Well, I apologize for the lengthy introduction, but let's go ahead and get into today's episode from February 12th, 1949, The Law Special.
Fed up with the everyday grind, tired out by the dull routine, want to get away from it all?
We offer you Escape. Escape, designed to free you from the 4 walls of today for a half hour of high adventure.
You are speeding through the English countryside, the fast express train rocking beneath your feet. And you know that somewhere in the dark ahead of you, a band of men are plotting the destruction of the train, are planning the moment of your death.
Today we escape to England at the turn of the century and the story of a complete train that vanished from the face of the earth. As Sir Arthur Conan Doyle told it in his fascinating tale, The Lost Special.
20 years with Scotland Yard have brought me into contact with many weird and unusual events in human affairs, but none more strange than the occurrences which began on the afternoon of June the 3rd, 1890, in the railway station at Liverpool. On no case before had I ever felt myself so helpless, groping blindly, as it were, for an unseen adversary, not being certain of the nature of the crime, not even knowing, in fact, if it were a crime. Suffice to say that along a short stretch of railway line in Western England, I learned what is truly meant by terror of the unknown. At 4 o'clock of the afternoon in question, having completed a rather minor investigation which had brought me to Liverpool, I was sitting in the waiting room of the railway station reading and waiting for the 6 o'clock train for London, entirely unaware at that moment of a rather ordinary conversation that was taking place in the office of Mr. James Bland, the station master, a few yards away.
I'm very happy to know you, Mr. Carroll, and you, Mr. Gomez. And now, if I might learn the nature of your wishes?
Simply this, Mr. Bland. My companion and I have arrived on the steamer from Central America, which docked less than an hour ago. It is of the utmost importance that we reach London as quickly as possible in order to arrange passage across the Channel to France.
I see. Well, it's unfortunate you missed the 3 o'clock train, Mr. Carroll. However, there'll be a limited leaving at 6 that will put you in London.
That is not soon enough, Mr. Bland. I cannot stress too highly the importance of my reaching Paris at the earliest possible moment.
I can understand that, but there simply isn't any other train until 6.
Quite so. I am informed, however, that it is possible to charter a special train upon occasion.
A special? Yes, it's possible. Rather expensive, though.
The cost is not important, Mr. Bland. How soon can the arrangements be made?
Well, Mr. Hood, do we have an engine available?
Yes, sir. Number 247 is on the north siding under emergency steam.
Good. Very well, Mr. Carroll, it's 4:08 now. We can roll a special out of here at 4:30. The charge is £55.
Gomez, you will pay Mr. Bland £55.
Who is on the standby crew, Mr. Hood?
Let's see. John Slater is engineer, McPherson guard, Smith fireman.
Call them at once. Have them carry 2 standard coaches behind the engine, and telegraph the station master at St. Helens to hold the local on siding there until the special goes through. Make sure the line is clear as far as Manchester.
Yes, sir.
I'll send for a porter to take care of your briefcase, Mr. Carroll. Seems to be rather heavy.
Thank you, no. I prefer to keep it with me, if you don't mind.
Certainly, whatever you wish. Now, if you leave here at 4:30, you should be in Manchester at 6:15. The station master there will clear you on to London, and I trust you'll have a very pleasant journey.
As I say, I was not aware of these events until a while later, and would have placed no significance on them in any case. At 4:31, the special train with its 2 passengers and 3 crew members pulled out of Liverpool station and headed for Manchester. And at 10 minutes to 6, I was summoned to the office of Mr. James Bland, the station master.
And so that seems to be it. Very likely I have no real reason at all to be worried, Inspector Collins. But since I saw you below there in the station, I thought it wise to call you in on it.
Well, I'm happy to be of any help, Mr. Bland. As I understand it, your special train is running behind schedule, is that it?
Incredibly behind schedule. It's nearly half an hour overdue at Manchester right now. We've wired them to check and report back.
Well, it isn't exactly unheard of for a train to run slow, Mr. Bland.
It is, unless there's some reason, and I can't think of one in this case. The special had clear track all the way. It passed through St. Helens at 4:52, right on time. They wired us, and then 15 minutes later released the local to follow along behind it into Manchester.
You mentioned something about Mr. Carroll having a companion, I believe. Huh?
Yes, a great hulking brute named Gomez. He didn't utter a word while they were here. Seemed to be a sort of bodyguard. Carroll himself was small and stooped with a swarthy complexion, possibly a Latin American.
And you got the impression that he was carrying something rather valuable in his briefcase? Huh?
Yes, he wouldn't let it out of his hands. And he seemed to be in great fear of something, though I haven't any idea what it may have been.
What about this second chap, Horace Moore?
Typically English, about 40 years old, seemed very anxious to reach his sick wife in London.
Oh. Here's Manchester on the wire now, Mr. Bland.
Oh, well, good. What do they...
Well, just a moment. Well, here's a message. Assumed change in your original plan. Local from St. Helens arrived Manchester. Reports no sign of special train.
Oh, but that's impossible. St. Helens reported the special through ahead of the local.
Well, is there a branch line between St. Helens and Manchester, Mr. Bland?
No, not even a double track. There's only a single track main line straight through. Sidings, of course, at the local stations for loading purposes. But, Mr. Hood.
Yes, sir?
Check every local operator from St. Helens on. We've got to get to the bottom of this. I can't understand it, Inspector Collins. A locomotive and 2 coaches can't simply... Well, it's utterly impossible. It can't have just disappeared.
In a few moments, the answers began coming in over the wire. The first was from St. Helens.
Repeating our previous message, a special train passed here at 4:52, local departed 15 minutes later.
Then from Collins Green.
Special passed here at 5 o'clock, followed by local train 17 minutes later.
And then Earlstown.
Special passed here 5:06, followed by local 18 minutes later.
Newton.
Special passed here 5:12, local train 17 minutes later.
At Kenyon Junction.
Special through here at 5:20, local passed 19 minutes later.
And then Barton Moss.
Local through at 5:53. No special train passed here today.
I tell you, it's absolutely unprecedented, Inspector Collins. An entire train and 5 human beings vanishing from an open track between 2 local stations only 8 miles apart. It's impossible.
There's the only thing to the contrary being the fact that it has apparently happened.
But I can't understand it.
Mr. Bland, I think you'd better make arrangements to get us out to Kenyon Junction as quickly as possible. Within 10 minutes, we were in a coach behind a goods engine moving at full throttle on the main line east out of Liverpool. Since the missing special had been reported safely through Kenyon Junction, there was no need for concern with the country this side of that station. While the coach rattled and banged along the miles, we spent the time poring over a large-scale map of that 8-mile stretch between the junction and Barton Moss.
As you can see for yourself on the map, Inspector Collins, it's rather open country through there.
Yeah.
Low rolling hills, mostly, with quite a lot of coal mining and 1 steel mill. No towns or villages near the railway line.
Yeah, so I see, Mr. Bland. What about these spur tracks that join the main line? There must be a dozen or more of them.
14, to be exact.
Isn't it possible the special could have been switched onto one of those spurs?
Well, yes and no. 8 of them can be eliminated immediately. Besides being narrow-gauge tracks, they're also much too flimsy to bear the weight of a standard locomotive. Furthermore, they end at loading bins adjacent to the main line. They're not actually connected to it.
I see. Well, that still leaves 6. Are they all standard gauge?
Yes, but 3 of those 6 can be eliminated too, since they've been abandoned for years. The mines they were built for are no longer operated. The Red Gauntlet, Despond, and Heartsease collieries.
Yes, but abandoned or not, if the tracks are still there, couldn't they be used?
No, they could not. When service to the 3 mines was discontinued years ago, the switches, along with several hundred yards of track adjacent to the main line, were removed to prevent accidents.
Well, that settles that. But we still have 3 lines left.
Yes, and all in operation. They serve the Big Ben and Perseverance collieries and the Carnstock Ironworks.
Good. Then there's the probable area of our investigation.
Probable? Inspector, I fail to see anything probable about a train scheduled for Manchester turning up in a dead-end siding.
Well, for many years now, Mr. Bland, I've been approaching problems of this sort with a certain theory of logic. Once both the obvious and the impossible are eliminated, and we seem to agree on those, then the solution must lie in the realm of the improbable, no matter how fantastic it may at first seem.
I can't believe it. Why wouldn't the train crew report in? What about Mr. Carroll's anxiety to get to London? Why wouldn't
Wait. We're slowing down, aren't we?
That's right, sir. We're pulling into Kenyon Junction.
This is the last station to report seeing the lost special. Very well, gentlemen. This is where we start to work. We stopped in the junction only long enough to rig acetylene spot lanterns at either side of the coach, directed in such fashion as to light up the roadbed and embankment along both sides of the track. And then we puffed slowly out onto the main line and headed towards Barton Moss, 8 miles away. The first mile of those 8 dropped behind us and brought no significant discovery, and we moved on through the second mile. Save for the flood of light from our lanterns and the dull red glow from the firebox of the engine, the night was as black as pitch. Now and again, the ugly shape of a loading bin for one of the narrow-gauge feeder lines would loom out of the darkness ahead of us and float past, ghostly for a moment in our lights, and then dissolve away behind us into the blackness. But on the roadbed, the rails themselves remained unmarred, undisturbed, and offered not the slightest clue to explain a disappearance that grew more mysterious by the minute. We completed the second mile and moved on, and then suddenly...
What is it, Inspector? What do you see?
Stop the engine at once, Mr. Hood.
Yes, sir. What is it, Inspector?
I think I've seen something.
I don't see a thing,
It's
Inspector.
just off the embankment there, the edge of the bushes. We'll need a handlight.
Here you are, sir.
Good. All right, come on now, let's have a look.
By heaven, there is something right enough.
I see now. Well, it looks like a man lying there.
Oh, it's more likely the body of a man from the position he's in. Well, now, lad. Come on, let's turn you over and have a glimpse of your face, huh?
What? Inspector? Why, this is John Slater.
Ah? And who is John Slater?
He was the engineer on the special.
Oh. Well, he's dead. His neck's broken.
Dead?
I'll venture a quick guess it was caused by a fall from the cab of his engine. Traveling rather fast at the time, I'd say. You can see where he rolled through the bushes for some little distance there.
But then what happened to the locomotive, Inspector? Afterward, I mean.
Well, that still remains to be seen, Mr. Hood. We can be fairly certain of one thing, though. A special must have come at least this far out of the junction. Otherwise, it's pretty difficult to account for the engineer's body being here.
No more difficult, surely, than it is to account for any of this. This whole thing is incredible. Impossible.
Well, we still have our improbabilities, Mr. Bland. Those 3 connected spur lines are ahead of us yet, and the chances are one of them is going to supply some kind of an answer. By midnight, I'd completed a thorough check of the 3 lines. The first one, to the Big Ben colliery, ran 1.5 miles back into the hills and ended against the face of a huge pile of coal. Not large enough, however, to cover a locomotive and 2 coaches. I made certain of that. The line to the Perseverance colliery was hardly more than 1/2 mile long. It had been blocked all day, and it was still blocked by a string of loaded ore cars, and ended beyond them against the open rock face of a quarry. And the last line, running to the Carnstock Ironworks, was a double track, and had been left open all day. However, a sleepy superintendent informed me that over 200 repairmen had been busy on the roadbed until well after dusk, and it was impossible to imagine a non-scheduled train passing through such a horde of witnesses unnoticed. Oh, shortly after midnight, dog-tired, we walked into Barton Moss Station, still without the slightest explanation of the mystery. I want to send a wire through to Scotland Yard.
Scotland Yard? Yes, sir.
I'm prepared to postpone further investigation.
Investigation?
Until daylight.
Yes, sir.
Sign it, Collins. Can you get that up right away?
Right away, sir.
Peaceful English countryside and a dead engine driver.
You speaking to me, sir?
Huh? Yeah, no. It is strange, though.
Strange, sir?
In broad daylight, a 40-ton locomotive with 2 carriages and 4 passengers has vanished from the face of the earth.
In just a moment, we will return to Escape. But first, 10 great shows come to you every Sunday night on CBS, and right and bright in the middle is America's #1 comedy, The Jack Benny Show. Tomorrow night, Jack will take his place on CBS All-Star Night with a cast that's made The Jack Benny Show a welcome visitor in millions of American homes. Yes, Jack Benny, Amos and Andy, Helen Hayes, Eve Arden, and all the other great stars come to you over most of these same stations in CBS's 10 great shows on Sunday nights. And now, with our star, Ben Wright, we return to the second act of Escape and The Lost Special.
By the next morning, of course, the story was out and the daily papers went to work on it. But fortunately for Scotland Yard, the main attention of the press was directed at the moment toward the international scandal, which had been brewing for a week or two among high financial circles in France. As it was, however, letters to the editor in the Morning Post gave us quite a rough go of it. Oh, with all manner of crackpot suggestions.
It seems difficult to believe that the worthy operators of Scotland Yard have overlooked the one obvious explanation as to the whereabouts of the missing train. May I advise them that some 2 miles from Barton Moss, the railroad line crosses the West Branch Canal. Unquestionably, the special leapt from the bridge and lies now in the muddy water.
This whole affair is obviously the work of some subversive organization. And until the culprits are brought in to face their just deserts, no man, woman, or child in England can be considered safe. Now, my advice
we are
in the matter
witnessing the fulfillment of ancient prophecies. The forces of evil grow bolder and begin now to invade the earth openly. There is no doubt but what that strange man Caratol was really the devil in disguise. And it is high
Our first
time...
action this morning is to gaze quickly across the city toward Westminster Abbey. Considering the recently demonstrated inefficiency of Scotland Yard and the Manchester-Liverpool railway affair, it's quite possible the Abbey may be spirited away some night soon.
A week passed, and then 2 weeks. We scoured the whole western countryside, following up every lead, tracking down each rumor, and we got nowhere. 3 weeks, 4, and then the press began to ignore the matter. 2 months went by. Nothing new. 3 months, and the activity of Scotland Yard in the matter had come to a standstill. The reason was simple enough. We had no idea what else to do. So the records were finally taken from the active file and marked, case still open and unsolved. Even though I worked on other assignments, my mind kept turning continually back to the case of the lost special. I tried to think of some avenue left untried, some path overlooked, and I could think of nothing. I reviewed all of the improbabilities I'd tested and disproved, and I tried to... Improbabilities. Suddenly a fallacy in my own logic began to dawn on me. Arbitrarily, I had called certain explanations impossible, and touched them only lightly in my investigation. And yet what could really be classed as impossible in a case which itself was utterly impossible? Back down to Barton Moss again, and then 10 days of painstaking work. At the end of those 10 days, I was certain that I'd found at least the essentials of the answer, and I was equally certain that I could never prove it. I could see only one bare chance, a desperate chance against long odds. I laid my plan before the chief inspector, and then Scotland Yard went into action.
The London Times, 21st November 1890. Rumours are circulating that a man named Dalton, arriving in Liverpool on the steamer Vistula tomorrow, may hold the key to the long-standing Manchester railway mystery. According to reliable sources, Mr. Dalton possesses recently discovered copies of the documents which were carried in the briefcase of the ill-fated Mr. Caratol. It is further stated that Scotland Yard is arranging to meet Mr. Dalton at the Liverpool pier and rush him forthwith to London.
The next afternoon, accompanied by Mr. Dalton, I walked into the office of Mr. James Bland, station master at Liverpool, and chartered a special train for London.
We shall have the train ready for you to leave in 10 minutes, Inspector Collins.
Good. I'm most anxious to get Mr. Dalton and his briefcase to London as quickly as possible.
Yes, I saw the squib in yesterday's paper, and I was afraid then you'd be wanting a special train arranged. I'm still worried about it, as a matter of fact.
Oh, I hardly think there's any need to be. You've run a good many specials up to Manchester since that affair 6 months ago, and you've never lost another one, now have you?
No, but I'll confess I've shaken in my boots every time I've watched one of them pull out of here.
I say now, you're going to have me jumping at my own shadow.
Oh, don't worry, Mr. Dalton. I'll have you in London before you know it, and none the worse for the trip.
Nevertheless, Inspector, you'll have to admit the situation today is very much like the one 6 months ago.
Oh, yes, in some ways.
The mysterious stranger arriving by steamer from South America, and in urgent haste to reach London. The carefully watched briefcase, which, according to rumor, contains the very same sort of material Mr. Caratol was carrying.
But there is one difference. Mr. Dalton is being accompanied by an agent from Scotland Yard.
Yes, but Mr. Caratol also had a guard, that chap Gomez. And both of them disappeared.
Oh, come now. Surely you don't think that anything so fantastic could possibly...
Oh, no, he's right, Mr. Dalton. It did happen once, and a number of the elements are similar. Well, Mr. Bland, I'll wire you as soon as we reach Manchester.
Hardly necessary, Inspector. I think I shall go along with you.
What good? But if you're looking forward to excitement, I can't promise it.
No, it will probably be a very ordinary trip. But if I stayed here, I'd be a nervous wreck by the time you reached Manchester.
Well, then come along by all means. Mr. Dalton and I will enjoy your company.
Your train is just pulled up the platform, gentlemen.
Good. Well, gentlemen, we can't keep the fates waiting, huh? Let's get aboard.
Well, it's certainly been an uneventful journey so far.
Why, I hardly expected anything to happen this side of Kenyon Junction. And it's right ahead of us there.
Inspector Collins, you mean you are expecting something to happen on the other side of it?
Oh, yes. Yes, that's the whole purpose of the trip.
I don't believe I follow you.
Yes, I imagine it is about time that you were brought in on this, Mr. Bland. I didn't want to take any chances by discussing it before we were well along towards the danger area.
We're passing through Kenyon Junction, Inspector.
Good. Mr. Dalton there is a Scotland Yard agent, by the way, Mr. Bland.
Oh?
And all he's carrying in that mysterious briefcase is half a dozen ham sandwiches.
I think I should welcome some sort of explanation, Inspector Collins.
Yes, do you ever hear of the old trick an archer uses when he loses an arrow? He shoots another in the same general direction, follows it, and sometimes he finds both of them. Well, this train and all of us aboard it constitute the second arrow, Mr. Bland.
Do you mean you're expecting this train to vanish like the other? Why, you're deliberately risking our lives.
Oh, the risk is not quite so great as you may imagine.
But what makes you believe the attempt will be repeated?
I've created as nearly as possible the same set of conditions that led to the first disappearance. If I'm right about the motivation, the parties concerned can hardly afford not to repeat.
What motivation? I fail to see one.
Well, it requires a bit of assuming, Mr. Bland, but the assumptions seem to fit the facts as well as the method used. Let's take some of those facts. Mr. Carator was in a frantic hurry to reach Paris. His briefcase apparently contained something of great value. He was afraid an attempt would be made to prevent his reaching Paris.
Yes.
In Paris at that time, a huge financial scandal was brewing, which later came to nothing because of lack of evidence. The scandal involved illegal land operations in Central America. And Mr. Carator had just arrived from Central America with his briefcase.
Even so?
Yeah, and finally, it must require a good deal of money to bring about the disappearance of a locomotive and coaches, whereas ordinary criminals rarely have a good deal of money. Now, do you follow me?
Yes. Yes, of course. If all that's true, then the idea was to eliminate Carator completely, along with his evidence.
And that's exactly what was done.
Inspector, we just passed the spot where John Slater's body was found.
Well, then heads up, Mr. Dalton. It's only a few hundred yards now.
Tell me this, Inspector. Have you also discovered how the thing was done?
Oh, yes. But I'm in the unfortunate position of not being able to prove it.
And what do you think it's going to prove if the same thing happens to us?
Oh, that. Well, I forgot to mention that there are 20 agents of Scotland Yard concealed in the coach behind us. They're specially selected, armed with rifles, and are there for the express purpose of making sure the same thing does not happen to us.
We're slowing down, Inspector Collins. Well, I think this is it.
Slowing down? Why?
We're leaving the main line.
But we can't leave the main line. There's no siding here.
Oh, yes, there is. There's the spur track to the Heartsease colliery.
But it's abandoned. There's no connection to the main line. The rails were taken away years ago.
Ordinarily, you'd be right, Mr. Bland, but at the moment there's an excellent switch installed at the main line, and also a very serviceable set of rails connecting it with the old track. We're traveling over them now, as a matter of fact. You see anything, Mr. Dalton?
Not yet, sir.
The train is being manned, incidentally, by Scotland Yard agents. I took the liberty of holding the regular crew in the coach behind us until we could find out which of them has been bought off, which scheduled to end up like John Slater.
But I must confess,
Inspector, look. Men are coming out of the bushes behind us. They're already starting to pull up the rails.
You see, Mr. Bland, in 15 minutes you'll be right again. There'll be no connection between the Heartsease siding and the main line.
Yes, I see now. By heaven, I never would
Mr.
have...
Bland, it won't do any good to try to signal with that pocket handkerchief.
I'm afraid I don't quite understand you, Inspector.
Then perhaps you'll understand the fact that you're under arrest for the murder of Carator, Gomez, and John Slater.
Why, that's utterly ridiculous. Why have we stopped?
In order to permit it... There's your answer. I think that 20 agents of Scotland Yard should prove more than a match for your assistance.
Your guesses are nothing less than preposterous, Inspector. What could I or anyone else gain by merely switching a train onto an abandoned siding? The other special, if you recall, disappeared.
Yes, so it did. And straight ahead of us, a mile and a half, if you recall, Mr. Bland, this spur ends at the Heartsease mine shaft, one of the largest inclined shafts in this part of the country. According to the records, it used to be 900 feet deep. But upon investigating it last week, I found it closed off by a tremendous cave-in at 400 feet. Now tell me, Mr. Bland, was the cave-in caused by the explosion of the locomotive's boiler when it struck the bottom? Or did you dynamite the shaft after the train went into it?
You've no proof of any of this and no evidence whatsoever against me.
Your train crew in the coach behind us have all signed statements. And I think we'll get a good deal more evidence from the men who are being rounded up out there now.
I have nothing further to say.
Well, there's nothing you can say, Mr. Bland. We've seen your bank account with those mysterious and heavy entries which are dated about the time the special disappeared, which I'm sure we shall be able to trace to certain French sources. We've succeeded in tracing down McPherson and Smith, the fireman and conductor you bribed to vanish. Too bad you couldn't bribe Slater, the engineer, because his death was most unfortunate. You see, his body furnished us with our first clue. Yes, Mr. Bland. Without Slater's body, we might really have thought that the lost special had disappeared into thin air.
Escape is produced and directed by Norman MacDonald. Today we have presented The Lost Special by Conan Doyle, adapted for radio by Les Crutchfield, with editorial supervision by John Dunkel. Starred as Inspector Collins was Ben Wright, and the featured players were Parley Bear, John Daner, Edgar Barrier, Larry Dobkin, and Paul Frees. The special music was arranged and played by Ivan Ditmars. Next week,
You're aboard the Orient Express, rushing through the European night, bound for Constantinople. And in your compartment with you, a gun pointed at your head, a small, mysterious foreigner is about to take your life.
next week, we escape with Graham Greene's exciting novel of intrigue, Orient Express. Goodbye, then, until this same time next week, when CBS again offers you Escape. For more adventures, seek it out with two top CBS shows tonight. The Adventures of Philip Marlowe and Gangbusters, both regular Saturday features on most of the same CBS network stations. Be sure to hear them tonight. Now, stay tuned for 5 minutes of the latest news, to be followed by the Let's Pretend program over most of these same CBS stations. This is Roy Rowan speaking for CBS, the Columbia Broadcasting System.
Welcome back. Every adaptation I've heard of this story has been a little bit different. The old Quartz story was perhaps a little bit more cynical and jaded, and certainly probably not what Doyle had in mind. This one I like. This is a straight detective story, but there's some definite feelings, particularly when it comes to the note of improbabilities, that really give this episode a true Sherlock Holmes feel to it. So I enjoyed this episode, and I hope you liked it as well. If you do have the premium site, we're offering you another version of the Lost Special. This one takes a different tact as well. It's not a detective story. It was starred Orson Welles, and really, it was from the early war years, and really has a different feel to it. So if you've got the premium site, or you have the app, definitely take a listen to that, because that is really amazing vintage Orson Welles radio. All right, listener comments and feedback. We'll go ahead and get that information together. And we have this comment from Jocelyn. Hey, there, Adam. Thank you. I love this episode. This was regarding episode 978, The Final Problem. Mr. Wells was truly spellbinding, as always. And I'm glad you enjoyed that episode. And as I've recorded this, we still have not yet posted The Empty House. So we'll probably still have some Holmes feedback yet to come. And let me see here if we have any additional feedback on Holmes. Oh, we have one somewhat lengthy thought from Tony, who says, "Hi, Adam. A few words on the Gielgud-Richardson Sherlock Holmes series, if I may. First off, I'm so glad you've been playing them. While I have some issues with the tone of the program, Holmes' personality in them is far too engaging. Both players are marvelous actors, so it's a treat listening to them. Also, as a boy, I had their version of The Final Problem and Scandal of Bohemia on cassette tapes. They would often play on repeat, as would my other OTR recordings. Listening to it again brings back a lot of memories. The Final Problem was a particular favorite of mine because of the use of Orson Welles, one of my favorite actors on and off the radio. He was himself no stranger to the world of Holmes, having played him on the Mercury Radio Theater program in the immortal Sherlock Holmes. His inclusion in the Gielgud-Richardson production was due to his association with Harry Alan Towers, the producer of The Lives of Harry Lime and the Back Museum. And that's definitely true. You can go back and listen to the Wells story. It's over at archives.greatdetectives.net. I believe it was episode 34 way back then. And he definitely did a good job as Holmes. He was quite a bit younger. I tend to prefer Wells's younger material. There was, I think, something a lot more dynamic about it, and almost unpredictable, and maybe a little bit more joy than in the later days, but I digress. There's more to his letter. By the way, I really enjoyed your little bonus of the story of Dr. Joseph Bell some weeks back. I found it amusing, especially since Conan Doyle was portrayed as an Englishman. He wasn't, and Bell's request that the character of the detective not be Scottish. Holmes is a Scottish name. On a similar note, Conan Doyle named his creation after a cricket player called Sherlock, which was actually his last name. It actually means barber or shearlock, as in to cut hair. I thought that was a funny little factoid. Thanks again. Like so many others, I love the hard work you put into your podcast. Well, thanks for adding the clarification. And apparently sometimes on Strange as it seems, the facts seem so strange because they aren't really facts. I love the clarification and additional information, though. I think some of the facts was to color the just to add some color to the story. And while you're right that Holmes could be a Scottish name, it was never quite played that way as like a very strong ethnic Scot. So I think that may have been where the writers got the information from. All right, or misinformation from, I should say. All right, well, that will do it for today. We're going to, in the next 3 weeks, review the first of the great detective stories, the ones that many say started it all, those of Edgar Allan Poe. Join us in the next 3 weeks as we will be bringing you these stories, and then coming up in 4 weeks, we'll be turning our attention to Nick Carter. A reminder, if you have a favorite episode of the Great Detectives of Old Time Radio that we played, or a favorite program, email it to me, and let me know about it. Box13@greatdetectives.net. We'll be selecting 3 of your choices, that we will go ahead and play as specials during our listener support campaign coming up in August. So email it to me and include in the subject line, play it again, Adam. And I'll choose the 3 best entries. It can either be an episode or just name a program. And try and get them to me by the end of July. All right, well, now it is time for today's episode of Yours Truly, Johnny Dollar, brought to you by the financial support of our listeners, The Caylin Matter, Part 5.
From Hollywood, it's time now for...
Johnny Dollar.
Sergeant Reynosa, Johnny.
Oh, I was just going to call you.
Has he talked yet?
Pete Steimer is dead.
When?
A few minutes ago. He almost regained consciousness for a few seconds, and that was all. There's no chance to question him.
It's too bad.
Yeah, he might have been able to clear it up for us.
I think maybe it is cleared up, Johnny, or will be at least in the next hour.
What do you mean?
We picked up Marty Midnight.
When? Where?
A few minutes ago at the bus depot with a ticket for San Diego in her hand. I haven't talked to her yet. They're holding her downtown headquarters. Why don't you meet me there?
Fine, right away.
Looks like the wind-up, Johnny.
I hope so. I really hope so.
Tonight and every weekday night, Bob Bailey in the transcribed adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account, America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. From Special Investigator Johnny Dollar, location Los Angeles, to the Home Office, Trinity Mutual Insurance Company Limited, Hartford, Connecticut. Assignment, The Caylin Matter. Expense account, final page. Item 12, $1.60. Taxi from Queen of the Angels Hospital to police headquarters and interrogation room 9. The police clerk showed me to the observation anteroom and left. I paused for a moment and looked in through the one-way mirror window. Sergeant Reynosa was already there, and the girl, Marty Midnight, sat facing him across a plain wooden table. He was glancing through the arrest file and apparently hadn't started to question her yet. She was younger than I'd expected, not over 22 or 23, and she was obviously scared. But her face was set and ready, sullen, defiant. I tapped on the door, and the jail matron let me in.
Oh, come on in, Johnny. Take that chair, if you will.
Thanks.
When do I get to see a lawyer?
You go under the name Marty Midnight?
That's right. I said
What's your real name? How long have you been in Los Angeles? Where'd you live before that? You see we got hold of here, Johnny?
Yeah, I see.
One of those wise ones, or so she thinks. If you're ever arrested, keep your mouth shut. Somebody told her that back along the line. She thinks it's good advice.
I want a lawyer.
Don't talk. They can't pin anything on you. She believes it. She'll probably still believe it right at the door of the gas chamber.
I haven't done anything. You gotta let me see a lawyer. It's a law.
You'll see one at the usual time. I know that law, too, Marty. And you're not being deprived of any of your legal rights. What's your real name? Well, then I guess we'll have to contact your folks and see if they have any influence.
Contact my folks? Who are they? Go on, tell me.
Well, let's see. Oh, yes, Mr. and Mrs. John R. Jackline of San Diego at 426...
How did you find out?
And your name is or was Jean Luann Jackline.
Don't let my folks know, please. I'll talk, Sergeant. I'll answer anything you want to know. If you just won't use my real name. If you won't let my folks find out, please.
Suddenly, she was just a frightened kid, not a hard-boiled little chorus pony, a nightclub stripper, but only a scared girl who didn't want her folks to find out. She kept her head down, and she answered Reynosa's questions, her eyes lowered like a repentant school kid who'd been caught playing hooky. Then I remembered. The charge here was murder.
Did you know that Eddie Caylin was married when you started going around with him?
Not at first.
And later you found out, but you kept on going with him.
Well, he said he was getting a divorce. He said he'd been trying to get free of his wife for 6 months, but she wouldn't let him.
Did you believe that?
Well, yes. I don't know. I didn't until he came here that night. He said we're going to run away to Mexico together.
The night he killed Mike Kelso?
Yes, but I told you I didn't know about that until 2 days later. And it was self-defense, honest. Mike was trying to hold him up to get back the money Eddie won in that poker game. It was self-defense.
Then why did Eddie go into hiding?
Well, I told you that, too. It was his chance to get away from Lila and...
Where were you going when the police arrested you over there in the bus station?
San Diego. To my folks. Nobody here ever knew me by any name except Marty Midnight. I didn't think you could trace me.
And you didn't want to be traced?
Well, of course not. I came back and saw the police car at my apartment, and then I knew you'd found Eddie. I didn't want to be mixed up in it.
Why'd you kill him? Marty?
Kill who?
Eddie.
It wasn't Eddie. It was Mike Kelso. Eddie's the one who killed him in a fight. I told you that. It was... Oh, but you know it wasn't Eddie. You picked him up at my apartment, didn't you?
Yeah, sure. We picked him up. In a basket.
What?
He's across the street from the morgue. Why'd you kill him, Marty?
I didn't kill anybody. I didn't know Eddie was dead. I was coming home and I saw the police car. I thought you'd found him, that's all. I didn't know he was dead. I didn't kill him. You gotta believe me. I didn't know anything about it, honest.
Honest. Marty Midnight. Sharp, hard, tough. A striptease dancer who'd been around, knew all about it. Marty Midnight. A scared, sobbing little child. Honest. Cross my heart and hope to die. Well, maybe she would. I left a few minutes later, and Sergeant Reynoso walked out with me to get a breath of air. It was a cold, gloomy night with a gray dawn just ahead. 3 people were dead. And in the great stone building we walked out of, the machinery was grinding away, getting ready to take the life of a 4th one.
Well, I guess I better get back inside, Johnny.
Yeah, all right, Sergeant.
The lab boy's making a paraffin test. You know, it's too bad. She's just a kid.
Yeah.
I was hoping it'd be Topo Leanley. That I'd love. He's long overdue.
Well, he's still on the loose.
It's a kid up there. You know it, and I know it. And anything else is just wishful thinking. That witness saw her leave, saw her wipe off the gun, throw it back into the apartment.
Yeah, I know. Well...
Where'll you be, Johnny? The hotel?
Oh, not for a while. I'm going to stop by Lila Caylin's.
At this time of night?
Oh, she'll be waiting up. I promised her I'd see her and tell her what happened. She's, taken quite a beating out of this mess.
Why do they do it, Johnny? Why do dames fall for a guy like Eddie Caylin?
Philosophy? At this time of morning? I'll see you later. Expense account, item 13, $2.80. Taxi fare to the Argus Terrace Apartments to talk to the widow and beneficiary, Lila Caylin.
Oh, Johnny, come on in.
Thanks, Lila.
I've been sitting in here in front of the fireplace all night long. I'd almost given you up.
Well, a lot of things happen. Man, I'm really beat.
Coffee or a drink?
Coffee, I guess. Black.
Is it all over now, Johnny?
Well, it amounts to that. They've apparently got the killer.
Who?
That girl he was hiding out with, Marty Midnight. She's a striptease dancer.
Why? Why did she do it?
The money, I suppose. They haven't found it yet, but they will.
Here's your coffee.
Oh, thanks.
I feel sorry for her. Maybe because I feel sorry for myself or anybody who ever got mixed up with Eddie. Why do we do it, Johnny? Why do we go blind when a guy like that comes along?
I don't know. You tell me.
I wish I knew.
Maybe a girl I met yesterday evening had it tagged. She said she knew Eddie was always lying. But he made it sound so exciting.
He did. I had 4 years of it. Never knowing when he'd walk out and not come back. Never knowing who he was with. Knowing only one thing for sure. That he was lying to me every hour of the day. Now that it's over, I wonder why I went through with it. But he did make it sound exciting.
Well, the best thing you can do, Lila, as soon as it's cleared up.
Who can that be? This
Oh, it might be Sergeant Reynoso. I told him I'd be here.
Hello? Oh, yes, just a moment. You were right.
Thanks. Yeah.
Hold on to your hat, Johnny. It's wide open again.
What do you mean?
That paraffin test, negative.
What?
Marty Midnight hasn't fired a gun in the last 2 days. She was telling the truth, witness or no witness. So it looks like Topo Leanley's the boy.
Sergeant, wait.
Huh?
What was Marty wearing when they picked her up at the bus depot?
Why, the same thing she was when you saw her. Skirt and sweater.
Did she have a coat on?
A short jacket. What are you getting at? Hey, Johnny, you still there?
Sorry, I was thinking. And it figures. Sergeant, can you come out here right away?
Delilah's place? Why?
It's important. Believe me.
All right, Johnny, right away.
What was it, Johnny?
Lila with the coal black hair. It's beautiful.
What? Thank you, Johnny.
Pepita has black hair, too. And Marty Midnight.
Eddie only liked dark-haired girls.
But Marty didn't have a white raincoat. I'll bet you do, though.
What?
Where is it? Here in the closet?
Johnny?
Uh-huh.
What's this all about?
A witness saw a girl leave Marty's apartment right after the shots. But it was dark, and all the witness could make out was the black hair and the white raincoat.
What do you mean?
The witness saw the girl wipe off a gun on the front of her coat, then throw it back into the apartment and run. There are smudges on your raincoat, Lila.
It's grease off the door of the car.
Supposedly you haven't been out of this place since I talked to you yesterday evening. But it hadn't started to rain then, and the coat's damp. Why did you kill him, Lila?
You're out of your mind, Johnny.
It's no use, honey. Reynosa's on his way out here. They'll make a paraffin test and prove you fired a gun. They'll probably dig up the taxi driver who took you out there. They'll search the place here, find the money. Was that it? The money? Was that why you killed him?
No. I didn't mean to. When I went out there. Yesterday evening while I was talking to you, I suddenly wondered if it might not have been somebody else's body in that car. I knew about Marty Midnight, of course. I knew about all of them. After you'd gone, I went out there. Waited until I saw Pete Steimer leave. Finally, Marty. And I forced my way in.
So?
And Eddie was furious. We argued and fought. Eddie drew a gun on me. He threatened me. We struggled.
So that's going to be your pitch, huh? Plea of self-defense.
That's it, Johnny. Self-defense.
Well, good luck. You'll need it. Expense account item 13, $263.35. Incidentals, etc. in Los Angeles and plane fare back to Hartford. Expense account total, $596.85. End of expense account. End of report. Remarks? So the question still stands. Why do they do it? Why do girls go blind when the Eddie Caylins walk in? You might ask a stripteaser down in San Diego. But don't look for her under the name of Marty Midnight. She's Jean Luann Jackline now, a quiet kid. Lives at home with her folks. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Now, here's our star to tell you about next week's intriguing story.
Next week, the case of a beautiful girl who refuses to see the man she loves as he really is. A killer. Join us, won't you? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, starring Bob Bailey, is transcribed in Hollywood. Written by Les Crutchfield, it is produced and directed by Jack Johnstone. Heard in this week's cast were Virginia Gregg, Lucille Meredith, Alma Lawton, Gloria Blondell, Howard McNear, Harry Bartell, Peter Leeds, and Byron Kane. Musical supervision by Amerigo Marino. Be sure to join us on Monday night, same time and station, for another exciting story of yours truly, Johnny Dollar. This is Roy Rowan speaking.
Welcome back. I remembered that there was a twist, and we definitely got that towards the end. I think the role of the 22-year-old was classically played one of these performances where there's a facade that's just absolutely stripped away by the reality and gravity of the situation, those remain among some of my most of the best radio performances, because it does require some real depth from the actress. So a very sharp twist here. All right, well, now let's go ahead and take a listen to part 4 of The Widow is Willing.
Carter Brown, Mysteries. Adventures in excitement and suspense, based on the best-selling novels by the slick storytelling sensation, Carter Brown.
Have you ever felt an ice-tipped finger hit the base of your spine and slide all the way out to the back of your skull? That was how I felt when the 3 shots and the scream shattered the silence. In the insurance racket, they consider Mark Hunt a strong character. In the Goldbright house, I considered Mark Hunt a scared kid. Mark Hunt wasn't arguing with me. How could he? He's me. When John Cross grabbed my arm and yelled frantically that it was Lila who'd screamed, my heart was in my mouth, but my gun was in my hand. Cross and I ran for Lila's room.
Lila, she's not moving.
Now don't go off half-cocked, Cross. Let's take a look.
What has happened? I heard shots.
And the scream! It sounded like Lila!
Come on, quickly. The door's open.
And is Lila... It's okay. She's still breathing. She's only fainted.
Fainted? Then she has not been killed?
Oh, thank heaven.
But the shots... There were 3 of them.
Yeah, and if you look at the wall over the bed, you'll see where they ended up. She had a very lucky escape.
I'll kill him. I'll kill him.
The question is, who is him?
Yes, that is it. Who fired the shots?
You have the nerve to ask that, you murdering swine. Wasn't your fault those bullets missed. I had to take you apart with my bare hands, but I'm going to save you for the police, Degrescu.
You are raving.
Stop it, both of you. Lila's moving. It's all right, honey. Everything's all right.
What happened? It was dark. The door opened. I saw a gun. There were shots.
It's all finished now, Lila, and you're safe. The shots missed.
Did I scream?
Did you scream? Baby, you made more noise than a hula girl huddled on an iceberg.
I suggest we all go downstairs. I think there's safety in numbers tonight.
An excellent idea. I would not fancy going back to my own room now.
You don't have to worry. You wouldn't try to shoot yourself. More's the pity.
Cut it out, Cross. Let's get downstairs, as Beaver says.
Can you manage, Lila, honey?
Yes, of course I can, John. I'll be all right now.
Okay. Hey, you and Cross go first, Lila. Then Beavis and Degrescu. I'll bring up the rear with Mavis.
Hang on to my arm, Lila, darling.
Thank you, Joe.
I am glad to be behind Mr. Cross. With his crazy notions, I would rather not be in front of him.
Well, it's no use looking to me for protection. I've never been the physical type.
You can say that again, kid.
Never mind your disappointments, Mavis. Listen to me.
What, Mark?
When we get downstairs, anything I say about the photograph, you back me up.
Why? What are you going to do?
Set a little snare for the killer, that's all. When we filed into the living room, someone realized it was breakfast time. But with the death of Clem Goldbright the night before, the hullabaloo with the police, the hours had been turned upside down. It was after everyone had eaten that I decided to try my idea. Ladies and gentlemen, I've got something to say. This situation can't go on any longer. I had intended keeping quiet until the police return sometime tomorrow morning. That's impossible now.
What are you talking about, Hunt? Keep quiet about what?
Simply this. The identity of the murderer.
You know who it is?
Yes, I know who the murderer is.
Who is it, then?
You may remember after Henry Goldbright's death, Mavis mentioned a photograph. I believe she spoke of it vaguely to everyone. I'm sorry, Mavis, I have to tell this story.
Yes, Mark, of course.
Mavis was on the jetty when Henry was killed, and she had her camera with her. She saw a figure on the balcony, but the distance was too great for her to recognize who it was. But being a keen amateur photographer, she automatically raised a camera and got a shot.
Of the murderer?
She was desperate for money, both she and Roger. So Mavis thought the murderer would pay heavily for the photograph. She didn't care whether Henry's death was ever revealed as murder or not. She had no love for Henry, as long as she obtained enough money to keep their business solvent.
But I don't understand. Why did Mavis mention the photograph to everyone? Why not only to the murderer?
Because, like a lot of women amateur photographers, Mavis can take a picture, but she can't develop and print the film. So all she had was the exposed film. She didn't know who the murderer was. Then Mavis turned the film over to me. I can develop a film and print it. And once the film was developed, the murderer was known.
Who is it?
I think it better for everyone's sake if I don't tell you that. That must wait until Lieutenant Wilder and his men return in the morning. In the meantime, I'm going to my room. I shall stay there until the police arrive. I just want to add that I have a gun and I have no intention of sleeping. That's all. And that was it. The trap set, baited, and ready to snap. I didn't really feel as confident as I sounded, but there's one thing I've always believed. If you're going to bluff, you might as well make it good. I left them looking amazed and wondering and went upstairs to my room. I checked my .32. This was no time to have a gun that was empty or was likely to jam. And then I settled down for the long wait. And a long wait it turned out to be. All through the rest of that day, I sat in my room and lit one cigarette after another and gazed at the view from my window. The sky changed from pearl to smoky to leaden gray. The water rippled and splashed and tumbled under the wind until darkness fell and I couldn't see anymore. I opened the window. Somewhere there was a faint glimmer of moon. That and the glow from my cigarette made the only light in my room. I wondered if I'd die from nicotine poisoning before I had a chance to find out who the murderer was. The strain was stinging at my nerves. Against the sound of the wind, I heard the murmur of voices as the occupants of World's End went to their rooms, to bed. All except one of them, I thought. And he or she would be waiting, as I was, till the house was completely still. The wind had changed its note. I looked at my watch in the darkness. Its luminous hands pointed to 1:30 a.m. My eyes felt as though 2-pound lead weights were hanging from their lids. I'd had no sleep for about 36 hours, and it was as much as I could do to keep them open. And then, from behind me, from the window which I'd left open, I heard a small sound. Someone was coming in.
Don't try anything foolish, like grabbing for your gun. I'll pull the trigger before you can hope to get it.
Okay.
The film, the negative, where is it?
This is strictly for laughs. It doesn't exist.
Don't stall. Where is it?
I told you it never existed. Sure, Mavis was there and she had a camera, but she never took the picture.
You're lying.
It was a bait and you swallowed it.
If it doesn't exist, then that's all I want to know. That puts me right in the clear. Dispense with you and no one can pin it on me.
You certainly put on a good act. A dumb college boy who never grew up. Grief and outrage when poor Lila was nearly killed. Only you never intended to hit her with those bullets, did you, Cross? You just wanted to make it look as black as possible for the Gresco.
Of course. Rather clever of me, I thought. I'll marry Lila, get all the dough I want. And neither you nor anyone else is going to stop me, Hunt.
Maybe.
No maybe about it. That fool Beavis girl had me worried. Those notes we exchanged, I thought you really had got a photo. I would have paid for it, too, but where was I going to get the money from? That's why I ignored her last note. I hoped her greed would keep her mouth shut. I thought she knew who I was, and I'd realized that I'd have to wait to get the money.
That will of Henry's must have upset your calculations a little, when you realized Lila wasn't getting all the money.
Keep your voice down. Yeah, it threw me for a while. Then I realized that once I got rid of Clem, the whole estate would be Lila's. So it didn't matter very much.
You don't think you'll get away with it, do you?
But I will. There's nothing surer. I'm afraid we'll have to terminate this conversation. If you've any prayers, Hunt, say them now.
What's that? The ghost of Henry Goldbright. And there's one thing about ghost voices. Their timing's terrific. It's a trick and you won't get away with it. There's one advantage about sitting in a room all day. You get to know it so well that it doesn't matter when it gets dark. I'll get you. Yeah, that was your one chance. Too bad you missed.
The window. I'll take you with me.
Not if I can help it. That's right.
Hunt, are you all right?
We heard your voices, Mark.
Yeah, I'm fine. That was nice work, Roger. You timed it beautifully.
I didn't know what to do for the best. We weren't asleep. That is, I would have been, but Mavis kept me awake. When we knew the murderer was there, she thought of the ghost voice trick.
Well, it worked like a charm. In fact, I hate to think where I'd be without it.
In eternity, probably. Oh, I don't know what I'm laughing for.
And believe me, I wasn't laughing at the time. There's nothing funny about fighting for your life in the dark with a killer.
Mark, what's been going on? Mavis, Roger, what...
Calm down, Lila. It's all over. Huh? The guy who murdered your husband and your brother-in-law is down taking a drink.
A drink?
Yeah, in about 15 fathoms of water.
That scream
was Mr. John Cross diving out the window.
He was the murderer. John?
Mm-hmm.
Can't believe it. I'll never trust another man as long as I live.
Who wants to be trusted? I got different ideas.
Like what?
Like a trip back to New York, preferably with a detour through Mexico.
Alone?
Not exactly. I was thinking of asking a certain widow along for company. I'm just wondering what she'd say.
I know what she'd say. The widow is willing.
This is Carter Brown. I guess being an insurance investigator has its compensations. For Mark Hunt, anyway. And what a compensation. A beautiful blonde, and with money. There's a blonde in my next book, too, a story called Meet a Body, but it's not the blondes. It belongs to a little guy named Jacob Finney, and the character who meets it is my hero, Sebastian Shaw, a private detective. So this is Carter Brown saying, so long for now. Be seeing you.
In The Widow is Willing, you heard Lyndall Barber as Lila Goldbright, while as Mark Hunt, you heard our star, Richard Meikle. The Carter Brown Mystery Theatre, based on the best-selling novels by Carter Brown, is dramatized and directed by Maurice Travers for Grace Gibson Radio Productions.
Welcome back. Well, we get the reason for the title at the end. I have some mixed feelings on this episode. Main thing is, this is one where, to me, the whole setup that we were attempting here just rang of obvious ruse. But maybe I should take heart and just write it off to not all criminals are as perceptive as we might like. So probably in terms of endings, this has probably been one of the more realistic and reasonable ones. We'll be back next week, not with the Carter Brown story that was advertised, because that one's missing, but we'll be back with another Carter Brown story next week. And also on Monday, we'll pick it up with another episode of yours truly, Johnny Dollar. We do have one listener comment, this one from VB Tiger 16 over on iTunes. Nice app, has what I want to listen to. Well, it doesn't get much better than that. All right, well, that will do it for today. We'll be back tomorrow with the lineup. Well, before we get started, I want to encourage you, if you've not already, to read my Kindle book, What Made the Golden Age Shine. And I talk about what really made the golden age of radio, television, and cinema so special. And one of the big things we discuss there is just the humility and humanity of just so many of the performers at the time. It's available for the Kindle. Title is What Made the Golden Age Shine. Also, over at greatdetectives.net, this week we have our review of the last Nero Wolfe novella collection, the posthumous Death Times 3 on Saturday. And then on Sunday, we count down the 10 best mystery that we've done on the Great Detectives of Old Time Radio. So check those articles out at greatdetectives.net. You can also subscribe to these through your Kindle. Now it's time for today's episode of The Lineup, the keenly clipped Kenovak case. Bring on the line.
Ladies and gentlemen, we take you now behind the scenes of a police headquarters in a great American city, where under the cold, glaring lights will pass before us the innocent, the vagrant, the thief, the murderer. This is The Lineup.
Hi, Ben. Hi. How's it going? Okay. How about yourself? Same. Mr. Arnold show yet? Patterson woman? Called about 10 minutes ago and said she caught a cold today. Doesn't think she should come out in the night air. Want to know if she can come down tomorrow sometime. It's the third time she's had some excuse for not coming down. We can't hold that suspect forever. Hey, you got a smoke on you? Oh, yeah. Sure. Yeah. Thanks. Tell me, why is it people will holler and yell for protection and law until they're blue in the face and... Thanks. Then when they have a chance to do something about apprehending and convicting a criminal, they just can't get in the car and drive down to the police station and identify a suspect. Just can't do it. You tell me, Ben. How about Kiefer? Is he here? Who said he'd be here this morning? Well, he's late now. You want him to look at that 459 came in this afternoon on extradition? Yeah. Dorigo's the guy's name, number 34. He'll be in the last runoff.
May I have...
Well, I better hold it down by the door in case he comes in. Okay, I'll see you, man.
You people out there on the other side of the wire in the audience room, may I have your attention, please? Thank you. My name is Greb.
Hi, Ben. What's new?
I'll explain the lineup to you. Each of the suspects you will see will be numbered. I'll call off a number, their name and charge. If you have any questions or identifications, please remember the number assigned to the prisoner as I call his name. At the end of each line, when I ask for questions or identifications, call out the number. If you're sure or not too sure of the suspect, have him held. The officers who took your name will assist you. They're seated among you. Please be prompt with your questions or identifications. When the prisoners leave here, they are sent to the washroom and dressed back into their jail clothes. It makes it quite difficult to bring them back after they leave here. The questions I ask these suspects are merely to get a natural tone of voice, so do not pay too much attention to their answers as they often lie. Bring on the line. All right, boys, keep it moving right over to the end of the stage. That's it, come on. Now turn and face front, hands to your sides. You, take your hands out of your pockets. Now step out to the circle when I call your name and number. When you answer my questions, talk up so the people in the back of the room can hear what you have to say. Okay, number 1, William Yoler, Grand Theft Auto. Where do you live, William?
Here. In town. I live here.
You got an address?
Sure. Palmyra Street. 132 Palmyra Street.
What's your business?
Well, I work for Warner Gear, loading in the B&O yard.
Anyone arrested with you, William?
Yeah. Jim Barnes is in the next room. I seen him when I came up.
Jim Barnes, number 16. Any weapons, William?
No. Sergeant Greb.
Yes.
Ask him to say, fill it up and check the oil.
Okay. You hear him?
Yeah.
Well, say it.
Fill it up and check the oil.
Say it like you meant it. Like you were in a filling station.
I wish I was.
Never mind that.
Fill it up and check the oil.
Okay, Sergeant, we'll want to see him.
All right. Over on that side of the stage, William. Next, number 2, Robert Dawson, failing to register. Tell us where you live, Robert.
Yeah, right here in the stinking jail.
Before your arrest.
A stinking jail upstate.
The state penitentiary?
Yeah.
Where'd you fall from?
Nevada County, 1949 burglary.
How long you been out?
3 days.
Don't look at me, look out there. Anyone arrested with you?
Sylvia, she's my wife.
Did you have a gun?
No.
Did she?
No.
Well, then we got an extra .32 automatic around the place. A nickel-plated one, Robert, and Ivor Johnson. You sure you didn't have it?
Oh, sure, I'm sure.
And your wife didn't have it either?
No.
You own a car?
3 days out in the
Just answer it.
No, I don't own a car. I ain't got a gun. I ain't got nothing. I ain't done nothing. Why you got me up here in this lineup anyway?
Failing to register for one
Oh,
thing.
so I'll register. Bring out your little green book and I'll register a couple of times if you want me to. But why all this?
Besides the gun, the officers found a jimmy, a pinch bar, a glass cutter, screen cutter, and a lock jam, all in your possession at the time of your arrest. That's why.
What's that prove? Nothing.
Well, you did a little time for second story work once. Now, tell us what are we supposed to think, Rob?
Yeah, okay.
Well,
My victim shows take care of him. Here's the sheet. Brightman. I'll be in Waldo's office.
Just answer the question.
Okay.
If you haven't done anything, you haven't got anything that we want.
286A at Downing and 7. See the man. 73. A 315 to see.
Come in. Oh, hi, Ben. Come on in.
Hi.
This is George McCadden, Lieutenant Guthrie.
How do you do? How do you do?
Grab some chairs, boy. About 6 months ago, Mr. McCadden met a girl named Vivian Harmon, hostess at a restaurant over on 5th, Down.
Yeah, I know the place.
Well, I'm in the advertising business. My office is in the Park Norton building right across the street.
Suppose you tell Lieutenant Guthrie what you told me.
All right. I think something's happened to Vivian.
Start at the beginning, please.
Oh. Well, Vivian is a pretty girl and always very pleasant and nice. I began seeing her now and then. We've had dinner and we went to a few shows together. She lived by herself in a little apartment over on Maragoni Street. A couple of months ago, I went over there to pick her up and an older woman answered the door, a Mrs. Kenovak. She said she was Vivian's mother. When Vivian came into the room, there was quite a scene. Mrs. Kenovak was pretty upset about Vivian going out with me and kept repeating that Vivian was a married woman. Well, when we got outside, Vivian told me that she had been married once, but it hadn't worked out, and she'd been divorced more than a year. The guy's name was Bob Harmon. He lives in New Orleans now. She said her mother had tried to talk her out of divorcing this guy and never really accepted the fact that the marriage didn't exist anymore. Well, it seems her mother is going to live with her at the apartment from then on. When I brought Vivian home that night, the old lady was waiting up, and she had some pretty strong things to say, accusing Vivian of all sorts of things and ordered me to get out and never come back. She hit Vivian in the mouth and cut her lip before it was all over with. Well, after that, I wouldn't go to the apartment to pick up Viv. I met her downtown or someplace else. She quit at the restaurant and got a job in a defense plant. She wanted some more money so she could buy herself a car. Well, I was out with Viv 2 weeks ago. We went to a movie. My phone was ringing when I got home. It was Mrs. Kenovak telling me that I'd never see Vivian again. And she was pretty mad. She said she knew that I'd been meeting Viv all this time.
Now, how old is Vivian?
27, Lieutenant. Sure old enough to do what she wants, don't you think?
Yeah. Go on.
Well, Viv didn't call me the next day or the next, and I finally took a chance and called the apartment. I called 3 days. I didn't get an answer. So I drove by a couple of times and saw Viv's car in the garage.
You didn't want to go up to the apartment on account of Mrs. Kenovak, huh?
That's right. I didn't want to stir up things. But I did want to see Viv.
Well, couldn't you call her at work?
Oh, I tried to get her, but I got the personnel office. And I was surprised when they told me she was taking an extended leave of absence.
Mm-hmm. What else did they say?
Well, that's all the information they gave me. It didn't seem right, and I worried about it a lot. Because I like Viv.
You mean it seemed funny that she'd do this without telling you, is it?
Yeah. So I finally just went out to the apartment and camped on the doorstep until the old woman showed up.
She told me that Vivian was out of town on a vacation, and she didn't know where, and she didn't know when she'd be back. She said there was no place I could write her either.
Mm-hmm. And that's all the explanation you got?
Yeah. And I thought about it a lot before I came down here.
Well, what do you mean, Mr. McCadden?
Well, Viv told me that her mother had been beating her up all her life, since she was 13 or 14, and always accusing her of things. She said she married this Harmon guy just to get away from home. Well, I tried to get Viv to kick the old lady out or move away herself. I even offered to help her out financially, but she wouldn't listen to that. It was a lousy situation for a nice kid like that to be in. The old lady just couldn't do anything but complain.
Well, do you think that something violent might have happened between Vivian and her mother, Mr. McCadden?
That's exactly it. Now, if Viv was taking any kind of a trip, going anywhere, I'm sure she'd have told me. And I'm sure she'd have taken that little old 47 Ford with her.
Now, what makes you say that?
Well, she was crazy about that little car. Used to get out every Saturday and polish it up and take care of it and look after it. She didn't have any money for a train ticket or a plane ticket. Viv lived it pretty close to the bone.
Mm-hmm. And the car's still there, huh?
Still there in the garage.
You say you saw her last 2 weeks ago, huh?
2 weeks ago Tuesday. The night the old lady called me up and told me I'd never see her again. Now, this may be nothing. I might be yakking for no reason at all. But I'm worried sick. I think that old lady'd kill Vivian if she had half a chance.
Morning, Quine. Yeah, it's 72. Seems like spring instead of winter. Cold last night, though. Matt come in yet? Yes, in your office. Okay. Anything from Murph or Crockett yet? Yeah, still out at the defense plant. I'll let you know. Yeah.
Hi.
Hi.
Hey, we're going to have to get a new hot plate, Ben. It took me an hour to make up a pot.
Any sugar left?
Yeah. Here you go.
Oh, thanks. Did you look over that McCadden complaint?
Yep. Asher's out with Shelley checking on McCadden. Seems okay so far. Good family, good business, no trouble.
How about the girl?
Nothing down here on her. Quine said he'd stop by the restaurant and ask around. But they don't open till noon.
I see.
Boy, I could stand a lot of this weather.
Yeah, me too. Hey, you got a match?
Yeah, here, catch.
All right. How about Mrs. Kenovak?
Nothing on her either.
Well, I have to wait and...
Murph just phoned in from the defense plant.
Or anything?
Yeah, personnel told them Vivian Harmon's on an extended leave of absence.
She give any reason?
Didn't give anything. Her mother called and told them Vivian had to leave town unexpectedly 2 weeks ago.
Lieutenant Guthrie?
That's right, Mrs. Kenovak. And this is Sergeant Graham.
How do? What is, please?
Well, we'd like to talk to you a few minutes if you can spare the time, Mrs. Kenovak.
I'm cleaning house. Is it important?
Oh, we won't take too long.
Come. I hate small apartments. Always so dirty here. Small places get this way. In Europa, I live in big house. Clean.
Mm-hmm. Is Vivian around today?
Vivian? My daughter?
Yes.
Why you are here?
Oh, just a routine check, Mrs. Kenovak. Friend of Vivian's complained that he tried to see her a couple of times, and when he talked to you, you told him Vivian had left town. He didn't think your information about her was very satisfactory.
That McCadden man, George, he went to you.
That's right. The people at the defense plant tell us you phoned them and said Vivian had left town rather suddenly.
It's true.
We'd like to know where she went, Mrs. Kenovak.
Do not know that.
Well, that seems rather strange. She's your daughter. You live with her. Didn't she tell you where she was going?
No.
Well, did she tell you why she was leaving town?
She talks to me little, Vivian does. She said it was job singing with band. Vivian always wanted to sing with band all her life.
What band? What's the name of it?
I do not know.
Did she ever do that kind of work before?
Once, when she was 19, she met her husband in band.
Mr. Harmon, her ex-husband?
Her husband.
Well, they were divorced over a year ago, weren't they?
Still her husband. She cannot change it.
I see. Well, when exactly did Vivian leave town?
It's 2 weeks now.
Did she take a plane or a train?
I do not know. A taxi picked her up early in the morning.
She left in pretty much of a hurry, didn't she?
Yes.
Has she written you?
Yes, twice she has written.
Do you have the letters here?
No, I burned them. Never keep letters.
Well, what did she say in the letters, Mrs. Kenovak?
That she was well and happy and getting along good.
Do you happen to remember where they were written from?
Phoenix and a New Mexico place.
You say she's traveling with a band.
Yes.
When did these letters come?
It was Saturday. Last Saturday.
Both of them on the same day?
Yes.
Did she give you an address you could write back to?
No, I tell you once before.
Yes, sir. Did you happen to notice if the letters were written on hotel stationery?
No, I did not notice this. That George should not have come to you.
Well, he was worried about Vivian, Mrs. Kenovak.
She's all right. No need to worry about Vivian. She is not his to worry about. She belongs to another man.
You mean Robert Harmon?
He's her husband.
Mm-hmm. You don't like Mr. McCadden much, do you?
And not like. You no worry. She fine. I do not worry. Now you go. I finish my housework.
Could we look at her room first?
This is her room. Bed comes down out of the wall. Bathroom there.
What about the closet where she kept her clothes?
Same place where bed comes from.
Well, do you mind if we look at that for a second? Well?
I am citizen of this country. Is there law?
Well, we'd just like to look at it, Mrs. Kenovak. See what clothes she took with her. We can get a search warrant.
Oh, all right. Go ahead, mister. Look. I show you. His closet. See?
Yeah. These all her clothes?
All mine.
Look a little small for you, Mrs. Kenovak.
Some are Vivian's. Now you go.
Does she take many clothes with her, Mrs. Kenovak?
Yes, she leaves some here.
Well, all right, Mrs. Kenovak. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, thanks.
Goodbye.
Oh, if Vivian writes to you again, would you mind letting us know, please?
Why?
I'd just like to know where she is, what town.
All right. You go now.
Here's my card. Just call me there.
All right. Goodbye.
Bye. She's lovely. Truly lovely.
Yeah.
Ash and I went over the car.
Yeah?
Brand new shovel in the back, sticker on it from a hardware store downtown, some mud on the end. We took samples for the crime lab.
Oh?
Yeah, there was dried blood on the floor mat.
The time, February 1st, 1945. The place, a battlefield in Western Europe. An American infantry company was crossing a stretch of open ground in a night attack on Hecker's Heights. Suddenly, the group was pinned down by a vicious burst of machine gun fire from a house on the outskirts of town. Private Edward A. Bennett started to crawl toward the edge of the field in order to flank the house. Even though a machine gunner spotted him and tried to cut him down, Bennett managed to reach the protection of a few trees. Under the cover of the trees, he worked his way to the rear of the building which harbored the gunners. Disposing of the sentry with his trench knife, the young infantryman charged into the darkened house. There he was set upon by 7 men. In a furious hand-to-hand battle, he silenced all of them. Now his company could move on and sweep all resistance from the town. The fearless initiative and stalwart combat ability of Edward A. Bennett brought him the Medal of Honor. Edward Bennett, who asked not what his country could do for him, but what he could do for his country.
Carter and Gonzalez are staying there to keep an eye on her today, and Murph and Crockett will take over at 4. Look, I'll need 4 more men. Yeah. Well, all right. We're at the post office substation now. Yeah. Okay, fine.
Okay.
Yeah. Waldo's sending some men out to question Harmon. Rourke and Abbott are checking into the musicians' union and booking agencies around town to see about the band.
Well, look, it's almost 2, Ben. That mail carrier should be in by now.
Yeah.
He said he'd have them wait for us.
Good.
How long are they going to take at the crime lab?
We should have something in an hour.
This is it here.
Okay, get my badge ready.
Jay, did you see that phone?
Oh, are you the 2 policemen looking for me? I'm James Henry.
That's right. My name's Guthrie. This is Sergeant Graham.
Oh, I'm pleased to know you.
Well, I hope you can help us on this. The postmaster tells us that you handled the route on the 900 block on Maragani Street.
Oh, yes. I've been carrying there for about 18 years. What's that?
Just checking. You know an apartment building at 910?
Oh, the Sherwood. Yes. Well, what about that?
Well, a woman by the name of Kenovak lives there. Has a daughter named Vivian Harmon.
Uh-huh.
Mrs. Kenovak tells us that she had a couple of letters last Saturday, one from Phoenix, another from New Mexico. Do you happen to remember delivering them?
Well, offhand, no.
Are you sure you know the place?
Oh, yes. It's a big 2-story job. It's kind of a court affair. All the boxes are set in front in a little sort of a anteroom there.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I don't even recognize those names you gave me. And I remember names of the people on my route, too.
Oh, haven't you ever delivered mail to Mrs. Kenovak before?
Well, not that I know of.
How about Vivian Harmon?
No, her either. Let's see, there's 16 units in that building. Now, offhand, I could name 14 families there that I deliver mail to. You see, I got a pretty good memory.
Well, then you're sure you didn't deliver 2 letters there last Saturday?
Oh, I'm positive.
Or maybe Friday or Thursday, something like that?
Now, Lieutenant, I've never delivered mail to either one of those names. I'm sure. How long they lived there?
Over a year, I guess.
No, never delivered there. Well, what's up? Is anything wrong?
Just checking. Oh, thanks a lot.
Oh, sure. I'm glad to help you. Hey.
Yeah?
A special delivery might be able to help you. They might have taken something out there. Of course, I wouldn't be able to tell you about that.
We already checked them. They haven't made a delivery to that apartment house in 4 weeks.
Hi, Ben.
Hi.
Hey, if anybody picked up a band here in town and went on the road with them the last month, he did his own booking. He didn't tell the union about it.
Oh? Anything else?
Well, it'll take a while on the trains, the planes, and the buses. Cab company's being checked, too.
Mm-hmm.
Asher and I worked the building all day long. Only 3 people in the place who know Vivian and her mother. The Mrs. Desmond lives right below them. Didn't have much to say. Didn't even notice Vivian hadn't been around for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Man who lives across the hall's hard of hearing, so he wasn't much help either. Manager Merton Blackler is waiting in your office.
Oh?
Yeah, he had quite a bit to say when we talked to him. I thought you'd want to see him.
Sure.
Did Matt knock off?
He's in the crime lab working with Sam.
Oh. Mr. Blackler, this is Lieutenant Guthrie.
How do you do? Hello, Mr. Blackler. Sergeant Quine tells me you might be able to help us.
Well, I don't know about that. I hope so.
Mr. Blackler's around the apartment house all the time, Lieutenant. He thinks he saw Mrs. Kenovak put something in the backseat of the Ford one night.
Oh?
Yeah, last Wednesday night. It was very late and I was just about to go to bed when I saw her outside my window.
Mr. Blackler says it looked like a rug or something. Isn't that right?
Yeah. As a matter of fact, I got thinking about it next day and I went up to the apartment and sure enough, the living room rug was gone. I asked Mrs. Kenovak about it when I saw her again, and she said she'd just taken it out to be clean.
Well, the rug was there when I saw the place this morning.
It was funny she'd take it herself, huh? That time of night, too.
Yeah. Mr. Blackler, do you happen to know what time Mrs. Kenovak came back that night?
Oh, gosh, I went right to sleep. But I know she was back bright and early the next morning.
Now, how do you know that?
Well, I get up early to empty the garbage cans and sweep the halls. And she was in front of her place with a mop. I guess she spilled something and was cleaning it up.
Did you see what it was?
No. Funny thing, her doing that.
Why?
Why, that's my job, Lieutenant.
That warrant issued yet?
It came in 10 minutes ago.
Good. Hardware store man remembers selling the shovel. His description fits Mrs. Kenovak.
Carter's still there?
On his way in.
Well, Matt called from the lab. He's waiting for you in the garage. Bloodstains on the floor mat checked out. About 2 to 3 weeks old, according to the doc. He says the dirt on the shovel could have come from anywhere around here. Lieutenant Guthrie's office. Well, yeah, just a minute. This is Kenovak on the phone, Ben.
Oh. Hello? Yes, this is Lieutenant Guthrie. Yes, Miss Kenovak. When? I see. Well, I'd like to see them if I may. All right, thank you. Thank you very much. Goodbye.
What now?
She says she got another letter from Vivian in this afternoon's mail.
Right here.
Well, may I see the letter, please?
Read if you want.
No. She's in Tucson, huh?
In Arizona, yes.
Do you have the envelope that came in, Mrs. Kenovak?
Throw it away. Just the letter. Go ahead, read. I do not mind.
All right. Uh-huh. Here, Matt.
Thanks.
You see? The sister's all right. Everything's fine.
Yeah. But she doesn't give an address, Mrs. Kenovak.
Just Tucson is enough, huh? She's fine.
Did you write this letter, Mrs. Kenovak?
Huh? No. Vivian, she writes it.
We talked with your postman after he finished today's deliveries. This letter couldn't have come today.
It did? It came in this afternoon mail.
There is no afternoon mail.
I tell you, it came in this mail.
The postman told us he's never delivered any mail to you at this address.
I get letters from Vivian like I tell you.
Would you mind writing your name for us?
Why?
Just to compare your handwriting with the handwriting in this letter.
I not write for you. I show you letter. Now you go.
We'd like to ask you about the shovel in the car.
In Vivian's car?
Mm-hmm. I understand you bought the shovel last Wednesday afternoon at the Central Hardware store.
I did not tell you that.
Well, we looked into it. That was the day Vivian left town with the band, wasn't it?
Yes.
What did you use the shovel for, Mrs. Kenovak? Where were you digging? There were bloodstains in the car. Were they Vivian's? This is a warrant for your arrest.
Arrest?
On suspicion of murder.
She was not a good girl. All my life I tell her to stay away from men who will harm her. But she not believe me. She not respect her mother. When she marry a man who love her. But she not love him. It's not right for girl to marry a man then leave him. He's still married. Has no right to see other men. This all I tell her.
Where is she?
I take you where I bury her. I take you myself. I bury her deep, very deep so I can forget her. So deep that I can forget her forever.
Yeah. Want to get your coat?
I have it.
All right.
I hate small place. Always get so dirty.
Lineup, where before you pass the innocent, the vagrant, the thief, the murderer. Listen again next week when we again bring you The Lineup.
May I have your attention, please? Right, now here, sir. You people out there on the other side of the wire in the audience room, may I have your attention, please? Thank you. My name is Greb. Sergeant Matt Greb. I'll explain the lineup to you. Each of the suspects you will see will be numbered. I'll call off a number, their name and charge. If you have any questions or identifications, please remember the number assigned to the prisoner as I call his name.
Welcome back. You know, this was one of those episodes of the lineup that was, just screamed, reminded me of Dragnet. I was waiting for, I thought at the end, I was thinking, what would happen is, if this were Dragnet, is when she talked about small places and hating small rooms, Jack Webb Joe Friday would say, oh, that's too bad. And she would say, how's that? Because where you're going, the rooms don't get much smaller. So I miss that feature, but other than that, this one really did have probably the strongest Dragnet feel of any episode so far. Well, that'll do it for today. Coming up on Sunday, this month's video theater, this one will be The Case of the Winthrop Legend, from the 1954-55 Sherlock Holmes program. And we will be back with you on Monday on the radio for yours truly, Johnny Dollar. And join us back here on Saturday for another episode of the lineup. In the meantime, your comments, Box 13 at Great Detectives. Follow us on Twitter at Radio Detectives and become one of our friends on Facebook, facebook.com/Radio Detectives. From Boise, Idaho, this is your host, Adam Graham, signing off.